Oh shoot, I forgot the fishing tourney started already. Okay, I can deal with that, I think. Anyway, hello. Hi. Okay, we got something buried in the bee acres. That could be cool. Maybe. I don't know. So I'm a little early today. We can thank daylight savings time for that. You know, clocks went back an hour, so I was able to sleep a little bit more. You know, and that helped. So I'm here early. So either we're gonna get through this quicker than usual, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Really depends on a lot of things. Okay, so I don't think like it's gonna be buried here. And like that's B, so it's probably in one of these acres, to be honest. To be honest, get it? Anyway, let's see if we can find Joan before too long and figure out what the price is, so I can get an idea for what's happening today. Because if it's a good price, I will go. You know. Alright, terrible first acre, but whatever. Guess I can take the money from here. There's still a little bit here. We can make it work. That is the problem with 2 losses in a row. We haven't replenished these acres. Makes me think that I need to like leave more money outside so I can redistribute it, but like, ugh, whatever, alright? Maybe next time. Maybe. So my computer's going crazy on the fans today. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. Concerning even. Hot diggity dog! Okay, I mean, that's near max price. 825 last week with, like, who knows what happened. I mean, for all I know, a spike did happen on Friday, but I'm gonna choose to believe that didn't happen. Because I've never seen a spike on a Friday. And we've had there's 3 weeks now where we don't know what happened during a raffle, where the raffle was on a Friday. And we have no idea what happened. So technically we could have had 2 or 3, 1, 0, who knows. Any combination of those numbers is what we could have, but I'm going to choose to believe that there was no spike last week, or this week. And we're going to go all in. I mean, I don't know. If you want to look at, like, my turnip patterns, it's like if we go back to July 14th, there's week of July 7th, no spike. Next 2 weeks, spikes. Then that week after that, don't know. Week after that, decrease. Then 2 spikes, decrease. 4 spikes, decrease. 2 spikes, decrease. Who knows? I mean, if it's still continuing that pattern, then I'm due for a spike this week. I'm assuming that, like, last week I didn't get a spike and I just had nothing. And maybe we'll get a spike this... I don't know. It would be nice, too. Like, It's a good price. I'm here early. I can make something crazy happen today. If I could like get the best RNG and do things, like we could hit. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I think I could hit a record today. Like, just depending on how, like, I'm able to buy from Joan up until noon, and if I get, like, a good acre right before noon, like, I feel like I could hit 8 mil today, maybe. I feel like it's set up for it. But, obviously, I don't know for sure. My bag is full, because I have money in it. I think I'll do that. I don't know how much it is per inventory, I wasn't paying attention to that part. I assume it's probably like 13k. Yeah, it's about 13k. Okay, so it is 192k per inventory. So that's pretty cool. So I mean, yeah, I'd need a bag in a bit. I guess I can buy another inventory here, probably, maybe? I mean, I need 6 bags. A little bit, 6 bags and then a little bit extra. And I did have a lot in my wallet to begin with. So I think I can do 2 inventories here. And that will be... Yeah, I mean, I have 7 bags and I have 30k on me, so I think we're just good. This is gonna be very messy to drop here, but whatever. Yeah, anyway, yesterday was a quick and easy stream. Didn't do much. I got the right fortune from Katrina, but I didn't get any furniture from the trees, I don't think, so that was annoying. But at least I got a raffle thing the day before. And there's probably something buried in the bee acres, and there's also the fishing tourney, and I completely forgot about that up until just now. But that's fine. I do have 3 large bass just chilling, waiting in my storage. So we're gonna see what I can do with those. If I can get like a max size fish immediately, great. If not, it's kind of gambling, right? Like there's a range, and if I get like close to the max range, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna, you know, I'll save it for next week. Like if I give one and it's like the minimum size for a large bass, yeah, I'll give another one. But if it's like 2 inches off the max, I don't think it's worth wasting another one this week. You know, we got 4 weeks. We're gonna just do our best to try to like win as many as possible with as little effort as possible. Because I don't really want to catch a bunch of large bass. It's kind of annoying. But again, the fishing tourney will give you either a red furniture item or a raffle furniture item. So obviously if I could get like another raffle item that was new from it, that'd be huge. Because we're down to 6. Thanks to Katrina the other day. Not thanks to the raffle, that gave me nothing. It's crazy because like, I guess the raffle before that I got 3 new items. Which was nuts, honestly, at this stage. But yeah, right now, I really want to spike this week. That's really what I'm hoping for. Because like with the situation here, I think I'll hit 450. Right? Like if I were to get a spike this week after starting early and getting this price, I think I'm pretty set to hit enough to get that much, you know? I mean, each inventory is 192 bells. And that means that, you know, an inventory is close to 200k. So two inventories right now, that's all, like, that's 400k almost. So if I was to get... I mean, last time I bought, like, 25 inventories, and it was, like, 4.7. So if I was to buy 25 inventories today, it would be even closer to 5. And then 30 would leave, you know, that would be about, like, 6 mil. And, like... trying to find the most I've ever bought in a week. Where's my 7 mil? Okay, my 7 mil week was at 123. And I bought 39 inventories. But I've also bought like 36, 37. So I guess in theory, anything around that is possible. Like if I hit 40 inventories, 40 might be pushing it. So like I don't know what number I would actually get today. But I feel like if I could do 40, I mean, would that not be close to 8? That would be close to 8, right? I mean, 41 would probably be 8 mil. Which would be huge, I guess. I don't know, it depends. If we can get Joan in multiple good acres today, that would be really huge, obviously. Or if we can just keep consistently getting, like, whatever until we get a good one. Wait, what? Oh, it's the... Wait, oh, shoot, it's the fishing tourney. That's right, there's a medal today. I completely forgot about that. It's a fishing trophy? I thought... Do I already have this? I thought there was a... Oh, am I thinking of something else? I'm thinking of, like, the sports fair. That must be it. Yeah, I don't think he gives a different thing out this time of year, but maybe? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, I could just check my spreadsheet. Okay, so the fishing trophy is new. Okay, I'm right. Good. Because I was like, wait a second. I'm confused. That'd have been an embarrassing one to forget. Jeez. Wait, what? Why is Pom-Pom... Why did someone move in? What? What? Oh no, I talked to Bessie by accident. No, there's the Halloween thing? Oh. Oh no. Okay. That's... Alright, we'll make that work. She's definitely not in an acre I want her to move into. That's... See, this is why I don't talk, like, okay, I don't know. At one point, I accidentally spoke to someone. Can't remember who at this point, but I spoke to someone by accident when I was trying to fish. And then someone else, that was the last person that I hadn't spoken to, so then they moved someone in. And then Bessie, and then, like, they kept moving in. But then, like, for some reason, whoever, like, moved in last would then move out. And then someone else would move in. And I was a little confused by that. But I guess, like... I'm still confused. I still haven't worked it out entirely to like figure out how that played out. But it's like my understanding is that like the villager who has the least friendship moves out. So like if I didn't talk to them, then they would move out, and then the remaining people I would have talked to. So then it would be like, oh, let's move someone new in. But then at some point it stopped moving them in. I don't know why that happened. That's the part I'm mixed up about. Because Bessie moved in. So then I guess Bessie talked to me because of Halloween. But that doesn't make sense, because then someone would have moved in yesterday. Unless someone did move in yesterday and I just didn't run through that acre? I suppose that's a possibility. Also, okay, wow, Joan is literally as far away as possible. All the way over there. That's actually awful. Like, I literally did a whole circuit around town just sort of being the acre to the left of the one I was in. Actually awful, by the way. But that's a good thing. I like to think that when she pulls stuff like that, that means it's gonna be good. Last week, it was too easy to buy. She was cooperating. I gotta fight for it here, okay? I'm gonna bring enough for 2 inventories. I think that's enough. What is this? 300k, 360k, and then there's some money on the ground. I'll just grab those. Okay, so Pom Pom moved in, but I assume Pom Pom moved in yesterday, but I just didn't actually, like, clock it happening. And I think that's purely because of, Halloween. That's assuming I'm not mixed up, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening here. Maybe I'll look at the video real quick. Okay, I literally avoided that acre. I went up to the train station to, like, drop my candy, and then I went directly east to go to the store, and then I went west 1 acre to the dump, then went down to where Butch is, and then I went to my house acre. So, and then when I went to see Katrina, I went from the lower acres. So I just completely skipped B5 yesterday. Not set foot in it. So I did not see Pom Pom's house. Because, yeah, it's not like she would have moved in today. She should have moved in yesterday based on all the rules. So, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, at this point, if Tortimer shows up again, he wouldn't show up today because he's handing out the fishing trophy. But if he shows up in another acre where I want a bridge, I could actually talk to him and get the bridge in place. And then hope that someone moves out and my town goes back to how it was. I'm confused, though. I feel like if I ignore the person that moved in most recently, they'll be the one that just moves out, and then someone else will move in. But it's like, how do I make it so someone else moves in? Unless I don't talk to Pom Pom, but then somehow it picks, like, someone else to leave, but then Pom Pom would stay. I'm very confused by all this. I mean, I think I have a decent understanding. There's just, like, one piece that's missing here. Okay, so there's our first inventory in this acre. We're just making things work today, okay? I could have brought more money here, but whatever. That is not quite enough. Yeah, she's I don't know. She shouldn't be surprised at this point, honestly, but what are you gonna do, right? Maybe it's her memory. Maybe she's I don't know, I guess she's always that old. She only retires in the new one, right? So that's not really relevant, probably. Oh, wow, she's right there, by the way. No, that's Tortimer. Sorry, I forgot Tortimer was here. I'm sorry, I just abused another elderly. Oops. Awkward. Alright, so I did start a little early today. I was up a little earlier. So I've already bought 4 inventories. She's not... Oh, are you... Are we trolling today? Yeah, I think we're due for a spike. He's been selling, yeah, turnips for 60 years for 20 years. Yeah, I might be onto something there. No. What is this garbage? Trash. Ugh. haven't seen Red in a month. I feel like Gracie's been like a month and a half at least or something. It's been a lot of Wendell and Sahara. Too much Sahara lately, honestly. It's a big problem, I'd say. Because, like, she don't do nothing for me, you know? All she does is, like, delay the cycle even more. Honestly, like, Gracie's probably the biggest concern. If I could get a couple more items from Red, that would be nice. But it's not, like, my priority. Okay, so that's 450k. If I do that, then I have 450. That's an amount of money. I don't think that's enough. Is it? I don't think that's enough for 3. I mean, it's like 200k minus 8k per inventory, so that's like 24k. So we're looking at like 576k. And if I have 450 and then I add 80, that's not enough. So I'll grab 2 more. That should be enough, probably. I mean, I think I basically need 600k in bags to be safe. Anyway, that's a little bit too much, so we're gonna do that. Anyway, yeah, so we've only bought 4 inventories. It's been 26 minutes. 4 inventories is like 12 minutes of buying, but I've had to find her twice so far, so it's not amazing, but, you know, it's just, like, it's gonna be 10-10, and we'll have a 1 mil purchased, which is, I guess, better than me starting at 1020 with nothing purchased. We have a really good price today. It's 128. I don't know. I think, you know, math is one of those things where, like, everybody, well, not everybody, but I think there's a lot of different ways to think about numbers. And if I am thinking about it in one way, like, and I'm, like, half saying what I'm thinking, and I'm not saying everything I'm thinking, it's probably not that simple to follow, always. Or it's a little confusing, at least. You know what? That's fair. I know, like, I'm quick with math, but I wasn't a fan of, like, the later stuff, to be honest. To be completely honest. And yeah, it's like I had that experience. There's some teachers where you're just like, wow, you're really not good at explaining this. And that's the confusing part, because it's not like math has changed. like, kind of been the same for like hundreds of years or something. Like, it's not like it's an evolving thing. Like, there should be, like, you know, easy ways to teach people that are like, I don't know. That's one of those things. I don't really get it, but whatever. Okay, so we're at like 1 mil almost. 1009. That's something. Okay, so that was not like the cleanest inventory. I had too much money still. It was a little weird. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different aspects too that does change things as well. I know there's certain things that like I should be good at, and I'm just like, I'm not a fan of this. So I don't know. Either I just didn't, either it wasn't the right time, or like wasn't taught right, or yeah. The one thing I never took a course on is like stats, and I kind of wish I knew stats because I feel like being able to like quickly put together stats in my head would be like good for streams like this. But I also don't know if stats is meant to be like quickly put together into stats. Like I don't know, but that would be fun. It would be fun for this kind of thing. I'm just like, yeah, it's a 60% chance for spikes when there's not a spike. But if it's a spike, it's a 50% chance. So I just say, it's at least a 50% chance. Joan should be here at least every other week, you know? But... yeah, I would say I'm fairly locked in on turnips today. Maybe. At least for now. I don't know. It's been a slow start, but it's been an early start. But it's also the best price. So, like, I'm gunning for it, you know? Like, I spent over 3.5 hours on Halloween. So it's like, I'm ready. The game's just like, we're gonna put Joan in really bad acres and you're gonna have to find her. And I'm like, alright. It's not like I just did that finding Jack 43 times the other day. I'm primed. Like, honestly, she started in, like, F2. Then she went, and then I did a full circuit the other way, but she was in F1. And now she's here in, like, E3. And it's like, those are all awful acres. There's no money in any of those acres. I've had to move money to each one. And they don't have a lot of space. I mean, sure, yeah, I mean, the patch shirt is a pretty cool outfit. It is pretty cool. I'm a fan. Also, it's pretty exclusive. I had to get a bunch of them. But that's just for fun. But yeah, I really want to see what we can pull off today. I mean, okay, that's 180, so I need one more. Slows of those who get cursed. Yes, and I got cursed like 30 times or something. There were so many instances, and I didn't remember this was a thing, or it didn't happen to me as a kid, because maybe I had less trees, because I didn't have a perfect town. But like, I would enter an acre, and they would be hiding behind a tree, and I'd have no idea they were there, and then it would just suddenly be like, ah, give me your candy. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, really? And one time I got by 2 of them immediately like that. They were like spawn camping me. It's ridiculous. I'm hoping. This. I don't want to jinx it, okay? Because I would like this to happen. But currently, if I wanted to get like my top 3 weeks, I had a 5.6 relatively early on in April, but then that one didn't work, and it kind of demoralized me and crushed me. And then I went into a drought soon after that. But then, once, you know, things have been picking up again, it's like, I've had a 7.2, and a 6.1, and a 6.14. So I've only had 3 weeks where I spent over 6 mil. I've had like 1, 2, 3, 3 5 mil weeks, and then 2 6 mil weeks, and then 1 7 mil week. And then I have a decent amount of like 4s and 3s. And the early ones are pretty weak, so I don't want to talk about those. They're nothing to be proud of. Sorry, what were we saying? Yeah, one's waiting and the other one's still... Yeah, basically. They're just, like, taking turns cursing me. Like, they were, like, doing rock, paper, scissors in the acre before I showed up or something. But getting back to the things here. So, in, like, one of the 6 mil weeks, it was 113, and that was 36 inventories. Another, it was 128, so the same price as today. But I got 32 inventories, and that was 6.14. And then the 7 mil was 123, but 39 inventories. So, like, all those are, like, in the 30s. Last week I only got 25. Which is not great. So far, this is, like, around the time that I've been starting lately. But I've already bought 6 inventories. And if last week I started around now, and I bought 25, then sure, I should be able to get at least 30-something. If we're going off of that, but who knows, right? Wait, no, I'm lying. I bought 7. That was our 7th inventory. I probably should have gone to the left, but I didn't. But yeah, that was our 7th. So I'm gonna just check these inventories, these acres real quick, I guess. Make sure she's not here, and then maybe, I don't know if I should go like that way or loop around this way or what. I also still can't believe that we got a new villager, but that's just Halloween. That was the ultimate trick that I didn't even consider until it was too late. I should have, like, I mean, nah, that wouldn't have worked out well, but if I was like, no, I can't be spoken to by Bessie at all costs. Okay, I went this way, and I found Joan. See, I was cooking. I was onto something with that. Okay, so we're at 7 inventories. Who's new? We have Pom Pom up here, right by the store. That's, like, the 1 acre I would want to be absolutely clear. It is the most convenient, almost, for selling and turnips, except for that tiny little bit in the corner. That's the only issue it has. I was talking about this before you showed up in the stream, but basically, like, as long as you've spoken to all of your villagers, someone else can move in. So, like, if you haven't introduced yourself to all of the villagers, you won't get someone new. And I'd never spoken to Bessie. So basically, Bessie was just chilling. Nothing was going on there. But now, because of Halloween, she spoke to me and ran up to me, and that counts. I mean, it's not that I dislike Pom Pom. I was keeping my town without new people because I had a good turnip setup. But this is a problem. It means if I drop behind the house, it'll be hard to see the turnips, and the house itself takes up 9 slots, so it's just inconvenient. That's why I'm annoyed. Like, if she moves, like, somewhere here, who cares? But, like, here? That just tells me I was right not to talk to Bessie. Okay. So we have 900k here. So I'm at 7 inventories so far. 900k. I picked up a weird amount of money, which is 270k. So 270 plus 900k divided by 192k. That's 6. I can buy 6 inventories with this amount. I can fit way more than 6 here. So you would think it would be a good idea for me to bring more money here. Can I force someone to move? No. No, they just force. They just go. Okay, so that should be like just enough. So, but where do I have more money? I'm trying to think. Because I'm like low on money else, like everywhere else, I'm like really having to pull from money from like random acres. This is like very messy. just because I've lost money the past few weeks. Like, I'm going to use this acre, but if I need to use one of these acres, then, like, I'm going to need to pull from this acre. So, like, I don't know. We're scrambling. I'm trying to make a record here, okay? I am dreaming here. Okay, so that should be... You know what? Let me grab one more bag just as a failsafe. I like to have extra just in case that there's, you know, a mistake or something. I don't know how often villagers move out, but I would say it's at least like once a week. And there's like, there's nothing in this game. They just go, you know? I don't know, maybe if you talk to them, they might say that I was thinking of moving, but I don't think that it's like, I feel like most of the time you don't see that. Okay, so I'm at 7. We went 2, 2, and 3, and then we'll get another 7 here, so we'll be at 14. So that's pretty cool. Now, I'm just curious. I'm gonna do some math real quick before I talk more about villagers. So if I take 192 and I look at my largest amount of inventories purchased in a week, that's 39. That would get us at 7.48 mil. So if I can do better than what I've done before, I could maybe hit 8. I really want to hit 8 just to say that I've hit 8. And also if I hit 8, 8 times 7, that's 56. That would be 56 mil. That would put us well over 450 mil and put us in a good spot to be able to hit 500 mil by the 1 year mark. So, even if I can hit 7 this week, that'll still be huge. 7 will be 49 mil, right? So that'll also put me over 450, and then like 2 decent weeks would be enough, or 1 good week like this would be enough. So, like, here's the thing: I have extra time, I have a good price, I'm going all in, you know. But yeah, no, you can't force people to move, they just move out. I feel like it's like every week or so, maybe 10 days, I can't remember the exact timing. And there is a friendship system in this game, and I think it's the villagers that have the least amount of friendship that are most likely to move out. I don't know if there's like any exception off the top of my head for like when that wouldn't be the case, but I feel like the majority of the time would be the person that you have the lowest friendship with. So if I don't talk to Pom Pom, she should just move out again. But then that would mean someone else would move out. And I had this happen with like 3 or 4 villagers, I think. Where like one moved in, then they moved out, then another moved in, and then they moved out, then another moved in, and then eventually like Bessie moved in, and I never spoke to Bessie, but then someone else moved out. And then because I'd never spoken to Bessie, the cycle stopped. Because for the longest time, I thought I still had 15, like, villagers. But then I counted, because I was getting confused. Because I was like, man, I should have got that bridge. Sorry about that. Where was I? I was talking about the whole villager thing. At one point I was trying to get the bridge. So, like, you can get a 3rd bridge in your town, but only when you have 15 villagers in it. You just start with 2 bridges, naturally. And once you have the 15 villagers, Tortimer will randomly be seen walking around an acre that has water. assuming he's not somewhere else that day. And if you talk to him, he'll say, hey, do you want a bridge here? And you can be like, yeah or no. And then, like, eventually you can talk to him again in a different acre. And I was afraid that, like, I said no, not this one. And then I didn't see him, and I was like, man, is he just, like, gone? Why am I never seeing him again? And then I counted my villagers and realized I was down to 14 again. So I was like, oh, I guess because I'm at 14, it's not giving that again. So, yeah, something like that happened. But I don't know why someone else moved out and not Bessie. So maybe it'll, like, normalize again and stop. But in that time, I could maybe get the bridge. I don't really have, like, an amazing place for the bridge. Like, there's a couple places where it would be nice. And it improved things, but it's not going to be amazing. Just like my town layout doesn't... There's something that's like, it's like, it would help, for sure. But it's also like, it doesn't help, like, as much as I would like it to, I guess. Also, like, my New Horizons Island was mostly flat. So, like, that was pretty nice. Like, I don't know. I kept it flat because it was easier that way. And I destroyed the rivers. It's fine. It's fine. So we'll get 7 inventories here. Then we'll be at 14. So again, my record is 39, and that would get us at nearly 7.5. So if I could tie that, that would be pretty huge. But I would have to get like 42. I would need like 42 in order to hit 8 mil. And I know it's only 3 more inventories, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. Did we talk about the New Horizons update? I don't think you were there for that stream, were you? It was on Thursday. Or were you there for that? I know you were here for the stream yesterday. You didn't catch Halloween. Maybe you caught some of the New Horizons one? Okay, I think you caught the... Oh wait, no. I did sell. I sold on Thursday. So, okay, if you missed the selling stream, then yeah, you missed me talking about that. I have thoughts. I'm shocked. I was in disbelief. I was like stun-locked all of Thursday morning. I was like, what do you mean there's another one? What do you mean? I was just like, what? Are we actually doing this? Like, there's a lot. The main thing is, like, I think the hotel's cool, but I'm also confused at a conceptual level because it's very similar to the DLC. And it's like, if we had the DLC years ago and now we're making a hotel, like, what? And it's like, it's not quite the same, but it's similar. And I don't understand the thought behind it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I just don't understand it. Gotta be very careful with these things in this day and age. I'm all for it. I like that they brought back Captain's family. Like, that's pretty cool to me. I like that aspect. But the hotel part, I'm just like, Like, on one hand, sure, like, the DLC is very isolated and separate, but then if you do that, but with the hotel, then, like, you can have the village, you can have, like, your little tourists visit your town, and then you'd be walking around town. And I think that aspect is nice. That's definitely different, and, like, you would need some sort of thing to allow that for it to happen. So, like, maybe they're trying to, like, make the island seem more lively, because they can handle having more people walking around or something. So yeah, I just don't understand it on a conceptual level. But I do think that, like, I mean, people could call it DLC light, and it's like, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I get, yeah. I haven't really like put much thought into like what they could have done instead. I'm just more trying to figure out like what their intent behind the hotel was. Like, yeah, sure, harvs could be utilized more. Because like they're just like, yeah, we're gonna expand the pier that Captain's on. Also, like, do we have to do anything, or is that just gonna happen automatically? Because they didn't say anything like that. But I feel like something should happen for that to be the case, right? Like with Reg starting to show up, you needed to like donate enough and then talk to Blathers. And for Brewster to show up, you needed to talk to Blathers and then do a thing. So I feel like there's got to be some sort of unlock mechanism for the hotel. For the hotel to just appear on the pier overnight, that makes zero sense. So hopefully there's something like that. It just hasn't. I don't think they've given the details. I don't think, personally, I can comment on that too much. I didn't play, really. I didn't play the Welcome Amiibo update enough to comment there. I did load up New Leaf, and I updated it, like, I don't know, a couple years ago, and I was like, what, meow tokens? Or whatever they're called. I was like, what is this? I was not impressed. Just because I'm like, why are we doing meow tokens? This is cringe. That was my initial thought. But, like, I haven't done much else with it. And maybe one day I'll go back and do it, depending on how my completion of the series goes. But I am interested in going back to figure out what's going on with the Welcome Amiibo update. But yeah, I'm very confused because like I was banking on a new game and thinking that we would get an announcement late next year, but now they're like, hey, we're doing 3.0. Oh, that's okay. That, I mean, yeah, presentation-wise, that does sound like a lot more fun. But I mean, that was in a different era, right? I don't know. It's a totally different era, because like the Animal Crossing 3DS era brought back one of my favorite Reggie moments. Or sorry, that created one of my favorite Reggie moments. So like, I feel like just like I feel like it was just different back then. So I don't know if it's fair to compare in that sense, because I don't like we're never gonna get a. Well, that's all the time I've got. I've got to get back to playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS. We're never getting that again. And I still say it to this day when it's appropriate. Because I love it. It's peak. Reggie's the GOAT for that. And everything else. Reggie's just the GOAT. Also, everyone's in this acre and they're also angry today. But I don't know. I've been trying to think more about it. Like the hotel, great. Concept's a little questionable. I don't understand what they were going for. Some people, I saw a couple comments online where people were like, oh, they're testing this out in this game so they can do something similar to that in the next game. And I don't know if that's got any merit to it, but I'm sure anything's possible. Okay, one more. So yeah. Now I 100%ed New Horizons, and I said, alright, I'm done with this. They said no more updates. I don't have to go back. Okay, it's been 4 years. Great. Now they're making me go back. Yeah, I mean, obviously they've gone like a lot. They like, I don't know, it's weird because they went like, let's just like take Happy Home Designer, but then like do that even more, even though like Happy Home Designer like didn't perform very well when it first came out. But yeah, it's like, okay, we got the hotel, we got another currency. Let's. I'm just confused here. As someone who 100%ed it and is like a little worried about having to go back and do more, I've been thinking a lot about that aspect of it. I believe with 2.0 they added a lot more like items, and they didn't like go like they added the new DLC and all the new features and cooking, but they also added a lot of new items, right? And I'm very worried that in a 3.0 they would do something similar. But like it doesn't make sense, but it also like who knows what's possible, right? They're just like, hey, here's a hotel, you get these tickets. You can get tickets from like having people visit. You can also give DIY furniture to Captain to deliver to get these, and then you can order all these things. I saw some post where someone's like, here's the scroll bar, and if we fit that scroll bar to all the other scroll bars, there's at least 72 items you can get from Graham's store or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem too bad. Obviously that would take a while if I can only order 5 a day or something. But like, it didn't. That part didn't seem too bad. But I'm afraid of them adding other stuff. Also, I like that they're adding like the Nintendo items. Like I went to the Nintendo museum. I saw like the Love Tester. I saw the Ultra Hand. I'm like, oh wow, look, they're doing this stuff. That's cool. I like the Lego collab stuff. I think that's pretty cool. Splatoon, honestly, I don't care about Splatoon. I've never played it. Zelda, obviously a big fan. I can get the Majora's Mask again, and I can wear it. Majora's Mask, my beloved. I'm annoyed about the Zelda stuff because like they used to have that and then you couldn't use it here and it's like lame. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, because like if you look at this game, nothing's in your control. Like that's kind of the point. But then if you look at the newer games, everything's in control, and it's like I know the tonal shift is super noticeable. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I still think it has the identity, but then, like, I don't know. I love the franchise, and I'm still gonna, like, always be on board, probably. I don't think they'll ever do enough to, like, destroy it for me, personally, but I see where the shift is, you know? And, like, for me, I'm not, like, a very creative person, or I am, but only in, like, weird small bursts, so, like, when it's like, hey, design everything yourself, I'm like, hey, I'll do the best I can, but I won't do much. That's why I would prefer, like, the other stuff, because, like, it's more suited for me and what I'm good with. There's just a congregation here. Anyway, so yeah, like, the hotel and the hotel items, that's fine. And then they have the collab items, and, like, the collab items shouldn't count for the catalog anyway, so I don't think I need to worry about those. Because I don't think those will show up. Yeah, it's like, it's still there. They just changed some other stuff. Like, I wish, like, you know, like in Wild World, you'd get, like, lore from, like, random little bits that would happen. Like, I wish we had more of that. Give me more of Nook's backstory. Do more of that. Don't have Celeste randomly show up. Have her, like, be on the island always. How could they do that to my goat? Honestly. So yeah, I mean, like, what am I thinking? Am I missing anything? The Switch 2 version update only adds the megaphone and, like, what, 4K and, like, more people. So, like, yeah, like those little, like, interactions or dramas or whatever they're called. Those are great. I wish, like, we had more of that. I like the lore, you know? It just makes the world feel more alive and, like, the characters more endearing. And, like, that's kind of the whole point. Yeah, I mean, for me, it was $6.99. I did pre-order it. Unfortunately, when I got my Switch 2, I was like, oh, I'll do the Switch 1 to Switch 2 transfer. And they're like, hey, we gotta transfer the island off your Switch 1. And I was like, oh, okay. So now it's on my Switch 2. So I would need to play it on my Switch 2. And I was like, if I'm playing on the Switch 2, I might as well get the upgrade. Yeah. Yep. I was expecting it to be more, but I'll take it. But, like, yeah, it was a 12-minute presentation. The first 3 minutes were, like, the Switch 2 version. And that was just like, hey, resolution, all this stuff. And then they did the hotel stuff. And then they're like, we also got, like, the Slumber Islands. And I think the Slumber Islands are cool. It's very close to what I was saying we should get, but not quite. I mean, yeah, compared to the other prices of things, yeah, I don't care. It's not that much. Like, sure, it could have been free, but it's also not. All the important stuff is free, so, like, I'm not gonna complain. Like, you don't need to spend that money if you want the new stuff. It's only the megaphone. And, like, honestly, I feel like most people wouldn't benefit from the megaphone that much anyway, so who cares? So, like, I think it's great for people who want to do that stuff. But I'm not gonna really do anything, probably. I might try to do something just to, like, interact with it on a stream to see if I have some, like, idea. I could make a stupid one. I could get, like, a monster statue and, like, make a bunch of Godzillas fight, like, the robot heroes. That's probably, like, the extent of what I would do, because that's very me-coded. From a long time ago, I don't remember when I started saying it, but I said if they were to add one feature, I would want them to have, like, extra islands that you could unlock. I really wanted to, like, make themed islands with, like, an entire species of villager. I don't know, I thought that would be fun. Like, if you had, like, a little penguin, a penguin island, you could, like, do, like, a fun thing, or you could have, like, a squirrel. I don't know. I thought, like, I kind of wanted multiple islands. So, like, the Slumber Island's kind of that, but it's not quite that, because I would want the villagers. It's not what I wished for, but it is. But it isn't, you know? Like, I would want, like, functional islands, not fake islands. I would want, like... It's so close to what I would have said. It's so close, but not quite. Because I think you can only put, like, your villagers in it, and it's not, like... Yeah, I don't know. I think it would have been cool if we could have had more, but I'd also, like, it's not that much. I think it would have just been, like, a little bit more fun to have multiple islands like that. But, like, the Slumber things, it's similar, but I guess that's if you're doing themed islands. Like, but I'm not good at doing themed islands, so, like, I don't know. I'm not good enough at making islands and decorating them nicely. I think there's certain things I did on my island where they look nice and they're cool, but, like, if you look at anything else online, it looks like garbage. But that's not, I don't actually think it looks like garbage. I'm just saying that, like, if you compare it, it's not going to be good, because the people that do really well in it, I'm like, oh wow, that's, like, insane. I'm never going to do that. So I learned to be happy with what I could do. Because I'm like, hey, this is better than I thought I'd do. But yeah, the DLC is so that you can get furniture very quickly. From a functional standpoint, that's what I'm going with. But I guess it's also, like, that was a little bit more curated, right? I guess, like, the DLC, they're like, hey, this is what I want for my theme, and then you're meant to interpret that theme, and they give you a selection of items that would help you with that theme. I think with the hotel, you make your own themes or something, or it's not like, with the DLC, every single character had a specific, unique theme, right, with their own subset of items, so I don't think it's going to be to that level with the hotel. I feel like the hotel will just be like, hey, this is this thing. Yeah, they give you themes. I feel like it'll be a smaller set of themes. And I mean, like, there was only 8 rooms on one floor, and there's like a second floor maybe, unless you can keep expanding it somehow. Like, I don't know how deep this goes. That's my concern with all this, and I was trying to get there earlier, but then there's too many other things to say. But there you go. We bought 7 from there, so we're at 14 inventories now, so we should be like close to 3 mil. And we gotta find Joan again. But yeah, it's like if it's just the items from the hotel, that's not that bad. That doesn't seem like it would take that long. But if they add a lot of extra, like, new, just generic furniture, that's actually going to be a problem for me. Because when they added 2.0, it's like, sure, they added stuff to the store. I watched it twice. And I did see some screenshots and stuff online. But yeah, with 2.0, they added, like, tons of new furniture items. And they were available in the store, but you could also get them from the DLC store as well. But also, as I was saying, like, in the DLC, each, like, theme has a set of items associated with it. And once you've done a request for that villager, those items are added to your catalog in the DLC, right? So once you get to the ability to, like, order those and send them to your catalog, but then you can easily just get any item you need, and then you just customize it for 5 hours with Cyrus, and congratulations, you have everything you need. Like, that's what I did to get everything, and it worked. And yeah, the Captain items are exclusive, definitely. I'm just afraid if they added non-exclusive items, because if they did, I would have no reliable way to get them. Right? It's not like they would retroactively change the DLC, like, offerings to include them, right? I feel like that would be... I feel like they wouldn't do that. So that's what I would worry about. I also worry, because if I'm not mistaken, when they did 2.0, they added a bunch of DIY recipes to random seasonal events. Now, I don't know how much New Horizons you did, but it's like they had all the events... And then they would have, like, the balloons, right? And if you pop the balloon during the event, there'd be a decent chance you'd get a new seasonal DIY, right? And 2.0, I remember there's at least a couple instances where they added one extra recipe to a series or seasonal event. And if they did that again, that means I'd be like, okay, I need to stream during this thing. Like, I hope they don't do that, because that would make me recompleting it much more of a headache. Because if they add stuff, like, throughout the whole year, then it's like, great, I'm now on the hook for this for a long time. Like, if it's just, like, the new Captain items, I think I could get that in a reasonable amount of time. You wish they would include a way to make unknown DIY more likely to pop up? Yeah, I mean, for the seasonal stuff, that's definitely there, but for the basic... DIYs, going from personal experience, yeah, it's bad. I can confirm. You're accurate with your statement there. It's awful. The seasonal stuff is super easy, yes. That part's good. But the other stuff is bad. Especially the flower items. The flower DIY is probably the worst group to get. I don't know how much you've looked into this stuff. But basically, like... If I was to quickly explain it, in New Horizons, each personality type has a list of DIYs that they are associated with. So I feel like whenever you talk to a villager and they're crafting in their house, there's a 95% chance that they pull from their group, and then there's a 5% chance that they pull from the other, just generic... No, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Also, I feel like Joan is, like, literally in D1 or something, which is not great. And again, I went the complete opposite way of where I should have gone, but I can make D1 work if that's the case. And I won't complain if it's D1 and I had to run all the way around. I'm hoping it's not this acre again, because she was already here. Looks like it's not, so it's either one of these bad acres up here or it's D1. And I would rather it be D1 than one of these ones, that's for sure. Okay, so I do have money there, and I might just use that instead of... Okay, it's gotta be D1, right? She's gotta be here. Wait. Okay, she is here. I was right. Okay, cool. So I said 900k in this acre. Am I right? That's 900k, because there's a lot more here, right? D1 has 1.3 mil. 1.35 mil. Sorry, I'll get back to what I was saying after. I gotta do math again. Okay, I mean, I could just do 30k times 45. Yeah, that's the amount. Divide that by that. That would be 7 inventories, as is. So that would put us up to 21. We're at 1050. I think we can do a little bit better than that. Let me grab another inventory from here. Just like a little thief that I am. I'm stealing from myself. Don't worry, it's fine. Similar to unlocking town decorations in New Leaf, the emotions are also personality specific. Yeah, that sounds right. Everything, a lot of things are personality specific, to be fair. Wait, is this really... Okay, yeah, you know, we're just going to go for it. So this should be 8 inventories. So we're at 14 right now, so that should put us at 22. And by the time that's done, it'll be like 11, 15-ish maybe. And then we'll still have 45 minutes, but we'll be at 22. So if I could get like to 30 something and then get a good acre. We have not got a perfect good acre yet at this point. Just want to point that out. And if we did get one of those, we could probably get 14. Right? If I brought enough money into one of the good acres, we could probably get 13 or 14. And if this will put us at 22, that would leave us at 35 if we got one of those next. So ideally, we would want to get a not good acre and buy another 5 or 6 or something to get us up to like 28. And then if I got a 13, 14, I could break 40 and go past noon. So I think that's the plan. That's the path that we want to take. Okay, sorry. I'm ready to... I'm good. I got a plan. Got the numbers sorted out. Now I can just buy. But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, in New Horizons, it's a 95% chance that the recipe is one that's associated with their personality type. However, if it's not, if you get the 5% where it's not associated with their type, it pulls from all the other personality types plus the generic list. And I say generic because I don't know what else to call it. Because, like, the majority of the flower recipes are unassociated with personality types. There's, like, so many flower recipes, right? And those don't have types associated with them. And those are actually, like, the worst recipe to ever get. Because, like, not only would you need to get the 5% chance, but then you would need to get, like, one of those. And the pool at that point is so large, right? There's like 700 recipes or something. I can't remember how many. I think it's like 720. Or it's 920. You know, I could open up my spreadsheet. Me, when I open up my spreadsheet, I'm reminded that there's like 4,000 housewares. So much furniture in that game. Okay, there are 783 recipes. That's not including cooking. I guess that's one way to look at it. I guess, like, I can see the good in both, and, like, at this point, I don't know what I would say is my favorite. I guess, like, before New Horizons, I would say New Leaf, obviously. But, like, I feel like I need to play New Leaf again, and, like, complete it, and then see where I stand. But that's not on the table yet. I gotta do this first. And, I don't know which one I would complete next after this. I haven't decided that yet. Depends on a lot of things. But yeah, it's supposed to be like your little, like, wholesome escape, like, home, little neighborhood. Yeah, it's supposed to feel like home. That's fair. Like, I think that's kind of the point. Except in this game, like, they're so mean to you. But I guess, like, you know, maybe that feels like home to some people. But yeah, I worry about, like, with the New Horizons update, going back to the recipes things. Like, sure, if they add, like, seasonal recipes, that would be pretty annoying. I would not be a fan, but I'd go and get them. I don't want them to add regular DIY, though. That would actually be the worst case scenario. Because, like, then I'd have to, like, make my extra villagers again and have them do... And that would be terrible. I don't want to do that. Like... So yeah, I don't want regular DIYs. And I don't want, like, regular furniture. I want, like, stuff that I can just get. But, like, 2.0, I feel like it added a lot. Like, they added, like, cooking and, like, growing the crops, the vegetables, whatever you want to call them. They added, like, the little farming stuff. And then they, well, I guess they kind of expanded it because they already had pumpkins. They just added, like, new things. And then they did all the recipes. And then they had the DLC, and they had all the extra items. And then they had harvs, and you could, like, expand stuff, and, like, blah, 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 blah. So, like, I can't remember every feature they added in 2.0. And they added the roost. Obviously amazing. So it's just like, I don't know, like, I just don't know how much they're adding in 3.0 that they haven't shown in the trailer, because they usually add more than what they show in the trailer, and that's the part that worries me. Like, if I have to go back and I just have to deal with the hotel and get currency and get all those items, great, I don't care. It's not going to be that bad. But if I have to, like, get back into, like, sweaty territory and, like, spend hours every week combing the beach for DIYs, I'm not going to be a happy camper. Especially because I'm in the middle of this Animal Crossing. And as is, I am planning to, like, do a stream for both on the 15th of January when it comes out. But, I mean, at that point, like, this should be relatively simple. Oh, shoot, I still have to do this. So yeah, I am planning to do New Horizons in January. It's just like, I don't know how much I'm going to have to stream it at that point. And if I'm still going to be doing this at that point. And this will obviously be the priority, so I don't know how to, like, juggle the two. Unless it's, like, not that bad to do both. So, I don't know. I'll do it the first day, but then I probably won't stream every day. And it'll just be, like, a random thing. Let me just kick that ball out of the way. Okay, sorry. Let me address your questions that I've missed. Did I do City Folk? For the 100%? No, I've not done that. I've only done New Horizons for the 100%. And I'm working on this one. Basically, like, I played them all as a kid, but then I was like, oh, I'm gonna stream New Horizons when it comes out. It'll be a fun time. And then I eventually was like, okay, let me do the 100%. Then I finished it, and then I took a break, and I was thinking, even while I was getting close to being done New Horizons, I was like, man, I should do the first one. But I'll take a break first. And then I did. You know, I took months off, and then came back. And now, you know, nearly 11 months later, here I am. City Folk is my least favorite Animal Crossing game, though. It's the one I played the least. I don't think it did much compared to, like, Wild World. Nah, it's gonna be a wintry hotel for sure. I'll just stream it day one, but then I'll, like, maybe not stream every day. I don't know. But yeah, it's I guess, like at the time I don't think I realized, but it is very much just Wild World, but they added a city. And I guess, like, they added Phineas, and they put, like, Shrunk there, but, like, it's just they didn't do enough. They didn't change enough for it. Also, it was on the Wii. And, like, at that point, you know, I was a kid. And, like, being able to just play the game on my DS independently, like, of having, you know, didn't always have access to the TV. You know, TV's a hot commodity back then. So, to play Wild World, it was, like, inconvenient. And I was like, yeah, I'll just stick with Wild World. This is better. I can play it whenever. So So I think Wild World being a console game definitely changed my enjoyment of it, and that's why I prefer Wild World to it. But yeah, City Folk just never did much for me. And I remember getting like a photo of like one person maybe in Wild World, and that was like so special, you know? I guess they did do a little bit of quality of life, but it wasn't like substantial. You know, like from this game to Wild World, they changed a lot. You know, I felt like there was a lot more going on. And they had like the combined house, which was weird, but it was different. And then City Folks like, eh. But then New Leaf, they're like, okay, we're cooking here. Like, New Leaf introduced a lot, and they changed a lot, and like that was good. And then New Horizons also changed a lot, but you know, that's we spoke about that. That is the thing. I kind of want to do all of them so I could like really comment on it. But like, the other thing is like, I don't know how long it's gonna take to do everything. But yeah, I was saying like I don't know how long it's gonna take to do everything. Like New Horizons took me 4 years, and I was. I mean, even me, like with the GameCube, I didn't get to use the game. I didn't put like this was my first one, so I felt like really attached to it. But even then, like I didn't get to play as much because same thing with the TV. But then like City Folk, like they're the same thing, but like this was the first one, so it's like yeah, you know. And then Wild World was like I played a lot of Wild World. I don't know how much I played, but I played a lot. Like I would say like before New Horizons, my playtime would be New Leaf and then Wild World. Because like New Leaf, I had like 100 and something hours. I probably broke 100 in Wild World, I'm not sure. Because, like, you know, whenever I went away on trips, I'd have that and I could play that. I remember I'd be in the airport, like, harvesting my fruit. Like, it was always just there. And that was, like, why it's perfect. And yeah, the catalog in New Horizons is a pain. Oh, the thing that I really want them to add in 3.0 is like a nice star if you have everything in a category. Please give me like numbers in my catalog so I know that I have everything. Please. I would really like that. That would be really nice. I don't think they're gonna do it, but hey, if they secretly add that, I would be thrilled. Because like the spreadsheet maintenance is no joke. But yeah, like I do kind of want to complete every Animal Crossing game, but it's going to take a long time. New Horizons took 4 years, and I wasn't going like super hard the whole time, but like there's so much going on in that game that you can't, you know? Like, I caught like all the extra bugs and fish so I could get all the models, and then like I would just have tons of models to give out each week. And then I did like all the achievements, the Nook milestones. I did all those at one point. It's like I was getting recipes the whole time, but I didn't like start like the characters thing and checking for them until like well after I was done a lot of the other stuff, just because I wanted it to be more manageable. So like sure, I could have completed it faster maybe, but like yeah, it was just a lot. I did do the trade sequence once in Wild World. And I guess, yeah, if you want to get every unique item, it would require a lot more, like, planning and thinking. But I also don't think it would be that bad at this point. I think it would, it's actually, I think it's simpler than it seems. I don't know. I'm sure someone has like a I'm sure there's an infographic out there like, hey, here's the easiest way to do it. At least at this point, right? I do remember doing it at least once. To get like what? Do you get like KK's picture or something? What do you get at the end? A golden tool? I can't remember. There's more than that. I know there's a turban, there's a country guitar, picture maybe. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Definitely, yeah. It's like you'd need a guide, like back as a kid, or you'd be like, "Oops, I forgot. Now I'm back to square one." That's totally fair. I think I only did it once as a kid. That was maybe later on, and I think I looked it up. You know. I mean, I would say that like apart from the post office model. Okay, yeah, the golden axe, guitar, vase, turban, KK's photo, massage chair, and Nook's photo. Okay, that sounds more likely. I mean, that sounds better. I think that's fun. I think we need more trade quests in video games. I think that we should bring those back in 2025. You know, I don't remember the order either. You had to grow a red turnip from Joan, and you had to give the red turnip to Wendell, who would eat it, and then he would give you something. Maybe he would give you the turban, or do you get the turban from Sahara? And then you gotta give that something. And there's like branching paths, right? Or like if you give one thing to someone, it gives you this, otherwise you get this. I guess like if you get the guitar, you give it to KK to get something, but maybe... I can't remember. You know what? You know what? I'm Googling it. I need to know. We've spoken too much about it. I need the info. Buy a red turnip from Joan, plant it. Okay? When Wendell comes to town, talk to him with the red turnip. Give him the red turnip. This increases the chance of getting a turban. If you get the turban, go on to next. If the player gets a country guitar, go to B. Ah, that's right. That's right. Branching paths, they give you 1 of 2 possible items. Okay, I forgot that's how it worked. So yeah, Wendell can either give you the guitar or the turban. If you get the turban, you give it to Sahara. You can get a massage chair or a vase. You can give the red vase to Red, who'll give you a safe. And you can give the safe to Tom Nook to obtain his picture. Okay, apparently the safe can be ordered from the catalog, which is nice. So then that makes that part super easy. And then you can get as many pictures as you want, I guess. Okay, and then if you get the massage chair, you can give that to Tortimer, who'll give you a scallop. That's right, I forgot about the scallop. And then you can give the scallop to Pascal, and he'll give you the golden axe or his picture. But you could also give the country guitar to KK, who'll give you the picture. And you can buy the guitar in the catalog for bells. So that's good to know. And then... I guess, like, yeah, you can also buy the massage chair. So you can order some of the stuff. Yeah, apparently he doesn't... Yeah, I read that just briefly. Like, doesn't matter. You don't need to be fully grown. You can just give him any red turnip, and he's like, oh, what a delicacy. Let me give you a guitar. But, okay, I think it's even easier than I thought it was then. Because I didn't think that you could order any of this stuff. But yeah, no, as a kid, you're like, aww. I mean, like, you could kind of figure out who, like, each thing could go to. Like, sure, but yeah, I mean, at least now I could guess. But, like, yeah, as a kid, it's a tricky thing. I like that, though. I think it's fun. Anyway, that wouldn't be bad for completion. I don't think I honestly think the GameCube catalog is pretty decent to complete, apart from the post office model. Like, I have basically like all the regular furniture except for like Red and the raffle. That's kind of annoying. And I have most of the shirts at this point. The gyros, I have most of them. I got most of the stuff after like 11 months, so that's not like that bad. But obviously the money's one part. But like, it's weird. I don't know how turnips will go in the other games. Like in this game, it takes forever to buy them, but every time you get a spike, it's always 8 times the buying price, so you're always making 7 times the profit. That's great. In all the other games, you make anywhere from like 2 to 6 times the profit. So your numbers aren't as crazy, but you can buy way more, right? I have read about the turnip trick, and I do remember that being the thing as a kid. I don't know if I would do that. I'm not sure. It really depends. Like, technically, there's a turnip trick in this game. It's just really annoying to make happen. Basically, like, if your turnips end up in the lost and found, they'll stay forever. But you can't hold that many in the lost and found, so it's like worth it, but not worth it. Like, if I lose money one week, but somehow I get the turnips in the lost and found that week, then sure, I'll make back the money I lost. But it's only like an inventory, right? Lost and found only can hold 20 slots, so you only save in an inventory. So it's not amazing, but it's like better than nothing, kinda. And yeah, I'm not decided on how I would do with, like, I don't know if I would do that or not. I'm trying to say, I don't know how much I think it's much easier to buy turnips in Wild World. My understanding is that you just talk to Joan, mash the number 9, and you buy the max amount you can, and then you drop the inventory, and then you do that again. Like here, if it takes me 3 minutes to buy a single inventory, but in like Wild World, I could buy like 3 or 4 in that time. I don't know if it... Like in this game, it's like, okay, I need to dedicate hours of my life to buying turnips. But I think in Wild World, I could buy like tons of money worth of turnips in like a fraction of the time. And then it wouldn't matter if I didn't make as much money. And yes, the money stacks, and like Joan wanders, and you don't have to like find Joan every time. As long as you have enough money throughout the town, and you have it ready, then you just like, you know, there's Joan. Okay, great, done. Right? You could like make a thing so that you can trap Joan easily. You know, like. And I think like it would be a lot easier to buy large amounts. So then, like, if you're already buying that much, I don't think it's worth... I don't know if it's worth putting that, like, them on the tables. Does it only work, does it work on every floor, or is it only on the ground floor? I can't remember how it works. I haven't looked into it too much. But, like, sure, it could help, but, like, if I just, like, spent that time and, like, lost the money... I mean, all I would, like... I don't know. I don't want to look into it too much because I want to kind of like discover it as I'm playing. Like that's the thing, right? Like I don't want to spoil the surprise. I want to like figure this out like when I'm doing it. But I do think that like it'll be a lot different. Like here it's consistent, but it takes forever. And the other ones I think it's like you can put a lot less time in, and like if you get a big hit, great. Also there's interest. Not that that's gonna like do much, but like hey. I could have interest in, like, every character's bank account, and that would be getting me extra money. In this game, I was like, there's no interest, and it's like, even if I, like, was to put money in their bank accounts, the amount of effort it would take for me to put in their bank account to get enough interest would, like, not be worth the time, you know? But in Wild World, you'd at least be able to, like, pick up more and deposit it faster. And you can, like, use the bank from the beginning without paying off your debt, I think. That's another thing. So, yeah. I mean, I'm curious to see how the other ones would go. I feel like... Yeah, like, City Folk and Wild World need you to hit 1 billion bells. You need that for an item. New Leaf is a lot easier. New Leaf, there's, like, only there's a couple items, but it's like weird. I think you only would actually need 100 mil in the bank for New Leaf, and that's to get the safe. But apparently, if you use like the RV park with Harv, and you have the right person show up, they have a safe in their house, and you could get it that way. And if that's the case, then you only need 50 mil. So I know it's a lot easier money-wise in New Leaf, but there's a lot more going on in New Leaf, so that could create its own issue. So yeah, the plans to, I did New Horizons, then I'm doing this one. I'm hoping to finish this one sometime in the summer next year. It really depends on turnips and everything else. Because, like, when I'm at the end, I could start using Wisp to get the last few things, instead of just waiting forever. And I can also use the island, potentially, to get stuff. Like, the reason I'm keeping the gyroids for a couple reasons, because A, I want to keep them, but also, like, supposedly, if you go to the island and you make your islander happy by feeding them fruit and you bury stuff, they'll dig up that stuff and replace it with a similar item. So in theory, I think if you, like, bury a gyroid, get your islander happy, they'll replace it for a different gyroid, apparently. So I could just bury a bunch of gyroids there and then see what I get, and maybe get the new ones, or the ones that I'm missing. Or I could do that, so then it would be easier to get the stuff from Wisp. And, like, Wisp could give me stuff from Gracie, and I still need 4 Gracie shirts, so, like, it really just depends on, like, what I get at the end. I kind of mentioned this the other day, but it's like, we have the fishing tourney today, we have another event tomorrow, on Tuesday, and then there's Mayor's Day on... No, Mayor's Day is on Tuesday, then Officer's Day is the following Tuesday, and then the end of the month we have a Harvest Festival, and we have Sale Day. So there's like 50 items in November to get, basically, and that'll be huge. And then there's a couple more event items in December, and then we'll be done with all the regular events, and then, like, at that point, hopefully we're only missing stuff from Toy Day, and Toy Day will be a little bit weird. Oh, that's kind of weird. I do remember the UFO, but I don't remember how much I saw it. But if it glitched out, that'd be kind of wild. I don't know if there's a lot to get from Gulliver. Like, I haven't looked into it too much, but, like, I looked into this one before and I was like, okay, this isn't too bad. You know, there's a lot of days to keep track of, but, like, when it comes to just getting items, it's not that bad. And, like, early on, I did, like, all the Igloo mini games, and that helped me get a lot of items. So, yeah, but I don't know which one I would do next. Sorry, I've not even addressed all your questions from that point when I said, you know what, let me address your questions. So I don't have a way to record Wild World or New Leaf at this moment. I briefly looked into it, but I haven't spent a lot of time on it. So that'll be something to figure out. Because, like, obviously the easiest one to stream next is City Folk, but that's probably the one I'm least looking forward to playing. I would rather do Wild World or New Leaf. So, I don't know. But again, if, like, the newest one comes out, then I would probably prioritize that than the old ones. I don't know. I don't want to, like, start one and then say, actually, sorry, new game came out. I'm going to focus on that one. And then, like, put the other one on break, because that would be weird. Like, if I start one, I don't want to stop until I'm done, you know? So, we'll just see. Anyway, I've bought 22 inventories now. There's a present. Wow, that would have almost got stuck in that golden tree had I not chopped it down the other day. I chopped that tree the other day because I was lazy and I didn't chop it down before then. But the important part is that Jack was hiding behind that tree and I couldn't see him, and I ran all over town and I couldn't find him. And I was like, man, he's behind this tree. I'm chopping this tree down. We're not letting this transgression go unnoticed, you know? But yeah, like I am kind of planning to just stream all the Animal Crossings, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I assume I'll take a break after I'm done this one, and then assuming New Horizons doesn't destroy me with the added content, then maybe we'll have... I'm kind of hoping that like around the time I finish this, they'll give us news on the next game, and then I'll know like, okay, I can wait, you know? That's kind of what I'm hoping. Okay, this is not a good acre for Joan to show up in. However... Okay, we do not have a lot of money in this acre. We are really, really, really pulling money from like every acre right now. It's a little bit of a yikes, honestly. That's 8. That's okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm at 22. What do we have here? That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 15? That's 450k. Hey man, that's not a lot, I'm not gonna lie. Not a lot at all. We have 2 bags here. That's pretty spectacular if you ask me. Okay, I am trying to be smart here, okay? No, Dragon Quest Builders, that's Potopia, or whatever that's called. That's that one. I feel like there's no way they don't do a Switch to Animal Crossing, you know? It doesn't make sense to me. How could they not? I feel like they'd be foolish not to. Okay, so if I have 450k there and I pick up everything here, we'll have like 900k there. That's enough for like 4 inventories. Where's the Wii U Animal Crossing? Exactly, the Wii U was a disaster. The Wii U Animal Crossing? I have it on my shelf over there. It's called Amiibo Festival. That was a good one. I'm happy with that. Where'd Joan go? Hello? Okay, there she is. Sorry, I'm yelling. I don't need to yell like that. Amiibo Festival is good. I don't know what timeline you came from, but that's not the general opinion. Okay, so if I have like 900k here, that's fine. People hate it because it wasn't Mario Party. It was fake Mario Party. I have 1 extra bag, but whatever. Okay, so I think I can buy 4 here. If I buy 4 here, that puts us to 26, which is actually not enough for my plan. So I'm foolish. This is not working, but we're gonna keep cooking. It doesn't try to be Mario Party. I feel like any party game is trying to be Mario Party. That might be me being wrong, but like Mario Party is the best party game, is it not? Of that, like the board game party game. And like every franchise has tried to copy them and they've never pulled it off right. Like Shrek did it, Animal Crossing did it, Sonic did it. I haven't played Amiibo Festival, for the record. I do have it now, but maybe I should have friends over and torture them and be like, hey guys, we're gonna play Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. the least positively received Animal Crossing game ever. But I mean, like, the Switch is like, you know, Nintendo's best-selling console. The second best-selling game on it is Animal Crossing. They released the Switch 2, it's doing pretty well so far. If you look at the money, it would not make sense. They have like a weird... They have like extra modes in Amiibo Festival, right? Don't they have like a port of that like minigame they added in the Welcome Amiibo update. I feel like there's extra stuff there. I'd have to play it to really judge it for myself. But, you know, we'll get there when we get there, right? Good day to you. Strategy to win is turnips? Oh. That's a funny one. You might be onto something there. Can I just, like, make them... Can I force them to watch me buy turnips for half an hour on a single turn? If not, I don't know. But yeah, I got a pretty good price today. We're doing okay so far. Before I got to this acre, I had 22 inventories bought. I should get another 4 here, so that should make 26. Some good math there. Should be at 26 inventories after this. I am kind of trying to attempt for a record purchase number, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I've got 35 minutes before noon, so in theory I want to buy as much as I can before noon, and then get Joan in an acre where there's a lot. And if I pull that off, I'll be good. Right, because if I'm at 26 here, and that'll be in like 10 minutes or so, it'll be like 11:35 of 25 minutes. So if I could get Joan in like one more acre, buy a couple more, if I could hit 28 and then buy more, we could hit a record. I can spend all my money at turnips at once. Wow, that's some huge quality of life. Because that would be obviously very nice in this game. But yeah, I'm kind of thinking like I'll be done this in the summer, hopefully. If we look at my turnip numbers page on my spreadsheet, if I was to buy like my average, I'd say I average around 4 mil each week, maybe, kinda. If I was to buy 4 mil, I would need 21 more spikes at 4 mil, and I would finish like in August. You know? If I was to buy like 7 mil every week, that would be like 12 weeks, and we'd be done in April. So as long as I can try to like do more than 4 mil, we should be done sometime in the summer. And again, this is just saying like how many weeks would I need, double that amount of weeks off of today. And then obviously we can get them more frequently than every other week. And as long as we get the spikes on the weeks where it's a better price and I spend more, then, you know, we're better off and we make more progress. But I do think I'll have the turnips done before the 2-year mark for sure. Like, I'm aiming to have to be halfway through the turnip, like the amount of money I need. But again, if you look at like the amount of money, I hit 100 mil in the bank June 23rd, but then August 18th, I blasted past 200 mil and hit 235 mil, and then on September 16th, I hit 316 mil, and I'm currently sitting at 395 mil in the bank. So like the first 6 months was 100 mil, and then like it's been a lot faster since then. So saying like, oh, it took me a year to get halfway, sure, but it's not like there's more to it than that, you know? So I feel like I think we can do well here. I do think it'll be like under 2 years, but it's just in the other items at that point, you know? Because like I'm not gonna start doing like funky stuff until I'm close to having all the money, because that wouldn't feel right. At the end, will I publish my Excel file in a PDF with detailed graphs? Maybe. I don't know what my plan is. When I finished New Horizons, I wanted to maybe make a video and like really go over it, and at that point I was like, man, this is 4 years of footage. I should have been planning this from the start. You know, I didn't really want to... It felt like too much at that point. So I'm considering doing a video for this game. I think that could be a fun way, you know, like a clickbaity, like I 100%ed Animal Crossing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of the no. I need some clickbait. But I feel like that would be a lot easier because I could like talk about like here's how the first year went, and then the second year's like pretty simple, right? It's like okay, like I have dates for when certain things happened. Like I know when I got all the stuff from Wendell. I know when I got all the stuff from Sahara. As long as I keep like dates on all that stuff, then that like helps with like making a video. But I feel like it wouldn't be that bad to make a video for this game. I mean, yeah, in real time, that would be the important part. I think that would get the views, that would get the clicks. So I feel like, yeah, if I did a video, then maybe I would like, I could include graphs in there, maybe. Might be a good idea. I don't know. I've made my videos in my day. I've edited videos. I've put together some videos. Usually I'm good at editing. Like, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say I'm good. I like to think I'm pretty decent at editing. But that's like gameplay. I can edit my gameplay and like commentary, kinda. But if I was to do a video for this, I would need like a script, kinda. And I did one scripted video. That took me forever, though. I did a scripted video. It was a Dark Souls 1 Soul Level 1 run. So I played that. It took me like, I don't know, I think it was around like 22 hours of gameplay in order for me to beat every boss. And then I spent hours writing a script. And then I recorded the script and I had to like re-record the lines over again. And I had to edit the footage to the... It was like I recorded the lines and then I like cut the lines. And then I cut the like I got like... I think I found the footage I wanted to use. It was quite the process. It took a long time. Like, it took a lot of work. Cause, like, yeah, I, like, had to find the footage I wanted, and then, like, find the clips, and then grab the clips and put them on the timeline. Then I recorded, and I was like, nah, I need to redo this take. I need to cut this down, and I'm gonna, like, match the footage better. Then I wanted to do, like, some editing, and, like, it was a lot. So if I was to do that with this, I feel like it wouldn't be as in-depth there, because, like, the gameplay, like, the footage, you don't have to have, like, that much footage. Like, hey, here's me buying turnips. I'm just talking to Joan. It wouldn't take that long. I feel like it would be a lot easier to, like, just, you don't need, like, as much specific footage in this game. Only for, like, certain things. And it would be pretty easy to find, because, like, I'd know when it would happen. So, yeah, sorry, zooms and scrolls to Excel and Word files and numbers and overlay. It's better than buying turnips. Yeah, just like visual clutter on screen. Okay, so how many bags is that? I guess like that's 6. That's an inventory. That's like an inventory. So like that's 3 inventories. I guess I was only gonna do 4 inventories here. That makes sense. So that is 180k. I have 12k. So we're good. Wonderful. And a clock ticking by, yeah. I could put something together. That sounds like a lot of visual effects, which I'm not great at, but we'll see. But yeah, I feel like maybe towards the end I could start like really putting together a rough idea for the script, or like figuring out how to do it. I feel like it's too early. Like at this point, it's like I can make notes of dates to make it easier to reference things, but it's too early to like do that. But it's like, hey, here's all the stuff we have to do. Like, here's Halloween. I spent 3.5 hours on Halloween tracking down a pumpkin man. People need to know. And I guess I'm really about that. Like, I like to have... Yeah, Dopey's great, hey? I like having, like, information like that. Like, hey, I spent 3 hours on Halloween. You know, like that's what it took. I recently started using DaVinci Resolve. Resolve, is that what it's called? I think it. I mean, I never really used Adobe or After Effects, so like I'm okay with it. It was a little bit of there's a little bit of a learning curve there, but I think for like free software, I'm not gonna complain. It beats what I was using before, so. And it renders things so much faster. I mean, it could get better with time, right? Hopefully, that'd be nice, but you never know. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I think, like, it's got a lot that you gotta, like, get used to. And I think if you're super used to, like, After Effects or whatever, like, you're gonna be maybe at a disadvantage. There's a lot of quirks, that's for sure. There's a lot of, like, me Googling, like, how do I do this in DaVinci Resolve? But you know me, I like to torture myself. So, I'm okay. I'm up for the challenge. But yeah, I do want to make a video. I wanted to make one for New Horizons, but I just feel like it would have been, like, too much. So instead, my last stream for New Horizons was a retrospective, where I, like, really spoke about, like, I went through, like, all my pictures on my Switch to, like, because I took a lot of pictures of stuff, so it, like, helped to, like, give a bit of a rough timeline. I talked about, like, the general flow of how it went, and, like, how certain things took a lot of time, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I did do a retrospective, but I think if I made a video, it could have been, like, more fun. I would have got, like, more attention. So... Okay, so that's this acre, that's another 4, that means we should be at 26. I guess I will go down? I don't want to go to this acre again, I've already bought here, and there's not as much space, so that would be non-ideal. Okay, she's here right now, so this, I need to get money, but I can make this work. I mean, I already have turnips here, so I suppose I could move them, and then we would have a little bit more room. So again, I'm at 26 inventories. If I get her in a good acre at this point, I would expect that I could buy 13 or 14 inventories. If I'm at 26 and I could buy 14, boom, puts us at 40. That's our record for the most amount of inventories I purchased in a week. That's significant. Also, we're at near max price for turnips. So that would put us obviously at a record for how much money I've spent in a week. I would like that. I would like to hit a record. But right now I'm a little tight on money. It's getting to be a bit of a problem. Like where I'm pulling extra money from. I've had to use a lot of like non-standard acres today. And like we're really running out of our auxiliary acres. That's what I like to call them. Because like they're not intended to be purchased from, they're intended to keep money in so I can buy more. But like this acre, this is an auxiliary acre, and this acre would like feed these acres. So like there you go, that's one inventory. But there's not that much here, and if I get Joan up here, then like I'm gonna need to pull from here. So like that's not great. But if I can buy like 1 or 2 right now. Because this acre, again, empty. This acre, that's a main acre. This acre, we got a little bit of money here still, so I guess I can use this. Okay, so that's like 12 bags. Which is not quite enough. That's like 360k. So in theory, one more bag would be enough to buy 2. So I'm gonna run up here. And then I'm gonna run up here. Again, this is like, I could buy from there, but it is kind of, okay, this acre is actually empty. Great. Yeah, I really need a spike after this. I need to like fix every acre. Like, it's getting to be a bit of a problem here. Okay, so let's just drop that. Okay, so 11:39, we have 21 minutes left. I'm gonna buy 2 inventories here. That'll take about like 6 minutes, whatever. Okay, it'll be like 11:45. We'll have 15 minutes. You'd think that'd be enough time. So yeah, the idea here is we get 2 more. We'll hit 28 inventories. And then if I get a good acre that I can buy past noon and hit over 40, right? If I can get 13 or 14, we'll hit like 41 or 42 after this. That'll be a record, and it should be like 8 mil, which would be pretty nuts. That's like 56 mil in profit if we get a spike. That's like 3 hours of selling turnips. Yahoo! I mean, as it stands, this will be 5.3 mil, almost 5.4. And it is like 2 hours of buying at this point. So, I mean, that's decent. But yeah, I kind of want to set a record. I think it'd be fun to set a record. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, this all the editing software is just too expensive. Kind of a problem. I mean, yeah, student licenses are pretty, they're pretty cool. Pretty helpful. And you can make dumb stuff without worrying. Okay, so that's 1 inventory. Let's drop this stuff. But yeah, I really want to finish this game next year and then have them be like, hey, this is when the new game's coming out. I don't want to, like, start it and then, like, weeks after I start it, they're like, hey, by the way, we're making a new one. It comes out soon. Oh, Windows Movie Maker. I used Camtasia for a while. There was a very funny little trick you could do with it, which I'm not going to disclose for visibility purposes. But there was a way. It was pretty funny. It wasn't. It was fine to like edit with, but like rendering is a nightmare. And like certain files would just take forever to load, and like it would crash during rendering just because like it was too big. I remember. It was a big problem. When was it? I guess like 2019, I think. So this would have been. It might. I think it was before I built my computer. Ah, that's unfortunate. But I think like, yeah, back in 2019, before I built my computer, I did a Majora's Mask randomizer 100% run. I streamed that like for a couple hours every day, I think. Took me like a week or something. Something close to that. It's quite the process. I tried to edit it together in like one video, big video to like do, but my computer just couldn't handle it, and it was in Camtasia, and it was just like, it was just like, come on, I just want to stitch these two videos together, come on, man, and then it just would not work. I'm like, you know what? I'm out of here. So, yeah, it's a bit slow. Like using DaVinci, it's like, oh wow, this is rendering in no time at all. That's sick. That's how it should be like. Okay, so I don't know if this plan of mine is going to work out. We have 15 minutes, basically, to pull it off. If it doesn't pull off, we're going to stop at like 5.4, which is not great. But okay, we have a full inventory. I'm going to just beeline it, okay? Wow. Oh, it's happening. It is happening. Okay, so obviously I could be like risky and I could like bring more money to a different like and like try to like make her show up in another acre, but I am not going to turn down this opportunity. We're breaking a new record today. This is happening for realsies. Okay, so I'm dropping my money there. Now, unfortunately, I need more money. It's not, like, unfortunate. It's a bit of a problem. I need to really replenish my acres next time I hit a spike. I really hope it's this week so I can get, like, tons of money and then just, like, fix everything. That would be nice. But, yeah. Okay, so we have the 64 bags here. Obviously, there's no houses. There's the signposts. We have a full inventory here. So if I drop this, and then I take my calculator out, and I can say I have 64 bags. We can add another 15 bags to that. Multiply that by 30k for each. That's 2.37 mil. Divide that by 192k. That says 12.34. I'm at 28. 12 will put me at 40. That's not enough. We need to do better. So I could take from a good acre, and then I could just replenish it, which is not ideal. I mean, I could take from the museum acre. That's, like, not, like, number one. So I'm at 74 bags, supposedly. If I was to take these, that would give us 6 more bags. So if I divide that by 192k, okay, never mind. We're just gonna start over. So we have 64 plus 15 plus 64 plus 15 plus 6 times 30. Oh, I messed up big time. That's annoying. 64, 15, 6, 30k. Divide by 192k. That says 13.28. So I don't know how much I can actually deal with in the acre. So we're gonna do this. Just in case I have trouble dropping the money, we're gonna stash it in our letters like this. So we know that we're good. Okay, so we have 6 bags in our letters there. What the heck is this? That's our fishing trophy. Don't forget that. Okay, so that's 6 in our letters, and there's another 6 there. So if I say, we take these. Okay, that is 10. Okay, 64 plus 15. That's what we have in the acre. We add another 10 to that. So that's 89. It's 64 plus 25, 89 times 30k. Divide that by 192k. That says 13.9. Okay, so we need like 11 bags. And that will give us 14. But then I have this gyroid that I don't know what's going on with. What if I just like dropped him because he's a dummy. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, now I have 7 bags in my inventory, which is enough for another that's enough for another inventory if I can somehow drop the turnips outside the acre, because like there's a problem where you have too much money and too many turnips and you can't there's not enough space for everything. So if I keep money in my letters and I'm able to drop the turnips, I can at least pull more money out of nowhere and buy more. So like this is saying like, hey, I'm gonna have enough for, if I take that much, that is enough to ensure that no matter how many mistakes I make, we have enough to buy 14. And then I have money in my letters as a backup for a 15th if I'm able to buy it. Okay, 11:51. We got 9 minutes before Joan goes, but of course Joan will not be leaving until I'm done with her. This is probably one of the better acres. I mean, the one that's right by the store, it now has pom-pom in it, and it's missing that little corner, so I don't know if I could get the full 14 there. That could be a bit of a, I don't know. The one with Butch, that one's okay. I mean, like, a week like this is actually kind of insane. If this works. I don't want to jinx it by saying it too much. But, like, you know, I was saying, like, oh, I need, like, 21 or 22 weeks at, like, 4 mil, right? This is 8 mil. That'll cut that number down, you know? Like, it's huge. Anyway, so we probably got another 40 minutes of this. I guess I'll be done around like 12:30-ish. I mean, it'll actually, I don't know if I got here. 14. It'll probably be a little bit later than 12:30, actually. I don't know. Depends on a couple things. I'm not sure yet. It's been 2 hours and 14 minutes, though. Somehow I'm still going strong. My throat's starting to bug me a bit from talking so much, but apart from that, I'm doing okay. So, I mean, like, I was at 28 inventories. I have enough in this acre for 14, and if I can drop all that stuff, I have enough for 15. So that would be 28 plus 15, which is 43. And if we multiply that by our magic number, that's actually 8.25 mil if I can hit the 15. That's nuts. That's okay. No, I would rather yap away. Honestly. It helps make these streams go by so much faster if I have just stuff to talk about and if I'm prompted. I kind of just expect it with these streams. Also, like, I did karaoke on Thursday. And, like, that was probably, you know, like, I did karaoke on Thursday, and then I did the Halloween stream where I was talking, like, on and off for 3 hours. And then, like, Saturday was just, like, a thing, and then, like, and then today it's like, yeah, there's a lot. I think it's just a lot of talking lately. I think that's just how it goes. Also, it's, like, kind of cold out, you know? So I feel like everything is just... I don't know, the stupid thing is, like, I was out yesterday, and, like, I just, like, choked on my own spit, and I had to cough, and then my throat hurt after that. And I was like... I'm like, I don't think I'm sick. I think I just, like, swallowed my spit wrong, and it irritated me. And, like, because of the weather, it's like, oh, now your throat's, like, not happy. I don't know. The struggles of my life. I mean, yeah, karaoke, or karaoke, if I want to say it the Japanese way, it's so weird, you know? Like... I mean, like, here, it's like, yeah, it's karaoke, but it's like, karaoke. Like, look, whatever. I'll just... It's weird. I try to say things like the Japanese way, but then there's some words where I'm just so used to it saying that way. Like I'm better with Tokyo, you know? Like, everyone's like, Tokyo. I'm like, no, Tokyo. Like, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it the right way. But it doesn't come out as natural in speech. You know, because I'll just be saying, like, other than Tokyo. Or Kyoto. Instead of Kyoto, like, you know, like, but I feel like I'm keeping myself in practice. Anyway, that's just like a pet peeve, because like karaoke is one of those words where I've seen it so much, I'm like, wait a second, that's Japanese. Oops. You know, it's just one of those things you hear growing up, and then you realize, and you're like, oh. The first day and second day are the same. Karaoke, like, karaoke, yeah, right? Like, I know it's not wrong, it's just like, that's how you would say it, it's just like not how it's said normally. It's just weird. It's one of those things. Okay, so we're 2 inventories down. Great. 11:58. I feel like I'm gonna be here later than 12:30. But that's okay. I don't have too much going on today. I do have a couple things I'm gonna do after the stream, but that's fine. I am happy to set a record today. But, I mean, if I'm saying it's gonna be after 12:30, and I'm already at, like, 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I still have to deal with the store, like, this is gonna be a 3-hour stream. But yeah, karaoke's cool. It's fun. I did it in Japan, like, 2 or 3 times. Wasn't with, like, groups. listen with like large groups with friends. So I wish I could have that experience. But yeah, it's a fun time. I try to sing some Japanese songs from like Yakuza or something. I can do a couple of them, but the other Japanese songs, they're like too fast. It's too hard to sing for me at this point. Or it's like I've listened to the other songs enough that it's like, okay, I can do this and make it work as I go. But like other ones, I'm like, nah, this is too fast. They're saying the words too fast. Slow down. Wait, there's 12. Right, that's 3. Okay, yeah, I mean that sounds right to me. Kind of funny. I mean, doing the anime opens are pretty fun. I'm just gonna say it. They're a little fun to sing as long as you can do it. Most of them are too fast, though. I think it's better though, like, you know, if you take turns, because like your voice doesn't get shredded as much. You're singing song after song. That's when you like, that's when the problems start. Yeah, I guess it depends on what experience you want. I'm sure like a lot of people go like, you know, to like drink and then sing, but that's not really like my thing. I just want to sing, you know? It's fun. Yeah, that's the thing. I went with a group once of friends and like I was trying to like sing and the other guy was like singing way louder than me because I don't think he knows how to sing. I'm not claiming I know how to sing, but I'm like better, but I was like being quieter because I was trying to have like more control of my range, but he was just singing loudly and I couldn't even hear myself. I was like, man, you're being so loud. Calm down, man. It was fine. It was still fun, but like at that point I was like, dude, I can't even hear myself. Yeah, that's exactly it. I was like, dude, I can't hear myself. I need an earpiece or something. I understand everything now. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, if so, yeah, that's yeah. I guess that happens. But yeah, I haven't gone too much, so I haven't had like too many horror stories, and I haven't really gone in big groups either. So yeah, it was fun. We should get like KK Slider karaoke. That's what we should do. Everyone can sing Bubblegum KK. Okay. Alright, so that's 4 inventories, so I guess we have like 10 or 11 more. But yeah, if I can actually sell 43, if I can buy 43 inventories, that will be 8.2 mil. Which is kind of nutty, just saying. That'll be a record, and it'll get us in a really good spot, to get 500 mil before December. So we're gonna do this. I don't know what day I'm gonna have to sell, but as far as I'm aware, I don't have any concerns this week. I don't think there's anything that could, like, get in the way. We have Sahara showing up on Tuesday, which means the next visitor won't be on Friday. So, I mean, like, technically it could be a sale and it could ruin things, but that would be on Friday, and Friday I usually have more time anyway. Well, I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, hopefully we're fine. So yeah, we're gonna finish off buying all this. I'll deal with the store, and then I have 3 large bass in my storage, at my house storage with my gyroid, and I will give those to Chip, and we'll see if I win the fishing tourney or not, because that would be cool. I also did get the fishing trophy from Tortimer, so that's a new item that I got today. That's important. I forgot that was a thing, honestly. And then I saw him, and I talked to him, and I got a trophy, and I'm like, wait a minute. What does he give during the other fishing tourney? That's what I can't remember right now. That's kind of what I'm annoyed about. Like, animal, crossing, fishing, parade. I was trying to find this earlier, but I, like, gave up. In the first generation games. Tortimer walks around a random acre and gives the player a furniture item when spoken to. It differs between the summer and fall events and was changed from plus whatever. Okay, so you get an angler trophy in the summer and you get a fishing trophy in fall. That's how that goes. Okay, so they are both trophies. I was like, I thought I got a trophy already, but no, it's just a different trophy, okay? Don't worry. But in Dos in the Mori Plus, you get a bass boat wrap sushi? Interesting. Wow. It's just like sushi in like a boat. That's funny. Oh, interesting. I'm gonna actually save that. That's good to know. I will keep that somewhere. So I went to... Where did I go? I can't remember which one I went to. I think I did a karaoke con. Because, like, I've seen that. That's, like, what there's the karaoke place in one of the Yakuza games is named Karaoke Con. So I went to that. Oh, I just hit 10. We've been going clean for over 30 inventories, and I just hit A instead of B there, like a fool. So that's annoying. So I went to that. And then I think, like, in some, like, the, like, round one had an arcade room, so I went there just for fun. And there's maybe one other one I went to, I can't remember. Might have been something similar. But, like, I only went to, like, the one, like, real one. I can't remember what day it was, to be honest. I think it was in Akiba, to be honest, if I... Yeah, round one was weird, there's so much going on. It was like, this is crazy, dog. That was like a year ago now, basically, dang. Yeah, like I did like the baseball up top, a little bit of the karaoke, there was like a bunch of arcade games, and I was like, let me just try these arcade games since I can just play them for free, just so I know what it is. There's like I did some of like the rhythm ones, a lot of little random things. There's like a little bit of archery too. I went to it just because it was featured in the game. I wasn't like, I'm just like, I'm gonna go to that one. I was too busy researching everything else. I wasn't like, let me pick the best karaoke place. I'm gonna pick this one, and it has Joy Sound. So I stuck with that. Because when I was trying to figure out, I'm like, hey, which machines, where can I sing Yakuza songs in Japan? And people said like, oh, the Joy Sound machines have the Yakuza music. I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, Joy Sound it is. But you're saying the DAM machines are better for foreign language song selection and better control. Yeah, that checks out. Trying to like search is awful. I'm just like dying basically. Yeah, that's good to know. And yeah, true. Right, like if it's featured there, I don't know if it's just like the name or if it's like featured or what. It's a little confusing. But yeah, I was at least in one of them. So yeah, that was cool. Nothing like singing Baka Mitai. Except I wasn't dressed up as Kiryu. That's the only thing I could have improved on there. I was dressed up as him. Yeah, it's good to know. I mean, I can't remember what day, but yeah, I think like, yeah, it was kind of overwhelming, to be honest. It's gonna be a little bit of a funny story. At least there's one funny part. And I don't even remember how exactly it went at this point, but like, I think like I was not sure how to like start the conversation, and I think like the guys at the counter had like they had like the translation thing. I couldn't remember. I think they had like an actual device. I remember in some places like people would pull out their phones and they'd speak into it, and then they'd be like, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, right. But I think this one they had like an actual translation device, and they used that, and it was like, they're like, you need to get at least one drink each. I'm like, what? I just want to sing. Why do I have to get a drink? Man, these drinks are expensive. So I don't know. I got like a melon drink, like a melon soda drink. I don't know. Are all establishments like that, or is it just them? Like, is it all of them? It's like, no, you need to drink. It's like when you're saying like go on a weekday during a free time and there's a drink bar and you get unlimited drinks, then that seems like better. Yeah, I feel like the drink bar is like a better option. Because like, I mean, I went to one where I am, and they had like an all-you-can-sing for like a set price, and like we were there for like 3 hours or something. It's like, yeah, we made our money's worth, you know. But like there was no drink requirement. Yeah, I know like in Japan it's a little bit different. But yeah, okay. So drink bar. That's definitely something I'm gonna keep in mind next time. Because I'd rather do that. Because like they look kind of cool, but it's like so expensive. Also, ice cream. That's good for the throat. Yeah. I mean, and they do look cool. But it's also just like, I don't need this. Like, just give me like something cheap that I can drink so like it keeps my throat fine, you know? I feel like that's the more important part. Like, you're not, like, I don't know. If you're going to karaoke to have a good drink, I don't think that's the right move. But, yeah, I don't know. It's good to know. Like, the free stuff would be cool. It's crazy, though, how much stuff they have in there. Anyway, yeah, so, like, I went to that first one, and then, like, that's all going on. And we have the drinks. And it's, like, coming close to the time, and then the phone in the room rings. And it's like, wait. I know what this is. I've played Yakuza. I could not understand what he said on the phone. Like, my Japanese is like, I'm okay. And I don't even know if okay is fair. But the phone rang, and I was like, they're gonna ask me to extend the time. I know what this is. I've played these games before. I don't remember how I answered it, but I said it in like a no way, and I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing, don't worry. I've played Yakuza. They can't scare me. I just think it's funny. I don't know. I don't know if I said like yeah like daijoubu desu. Like I don't know if it was just like that. Like, you know, it's fine. I can't remember. I don't know how to politely say no. I know saying EA is like not polite and is considered rude in some like situations. That's why I usually would throw the daijoubu like after. I'm like, no, it's good. But no, it's fine. Cause like it's weird. It's a little weird, I guess, cause like how I speak English. It's like sometimes it feels like I'm like translating how I would speak English here into Japanese, and I don't think that always works. I don't think it always comes off the same way. Cause like in like that, like that's I'm like no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Like that's totally like casual. I'm like yeah, don't worry, it's fine. Like don't all good. But that might come across differently. I knew how to say. I knew I had to say no, but I don't know if I probably did not say it the ideal way. You know. It's like no. It's like I don't even know what you would say in that point. Like oh, we're done here. Thank you. Like is that even adequate? I don't know what the right thing to say is. Iku desu? That's like no. That's enough. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen iku maybe. But like, would you say that with karaoke? EA is fine? Okay. I know, I don't know. Like, the problem is like, I see so much, like, Japan content, and, like, you gotta take everything with, like, a grain of salt, because, like, so many of those so-called influencers just say things, and, like, how much of it's legit, you know? I guess, like, if you were in a restaurant, and you just said, yeah, like, no. Like, oh, okay. Like, that's a problem. I think that's pretty clear, right? But I guess if you're on the phone, you're like, no, let's... I guess, is it, like... If they're asking a yes or no question, is no fine? What if they're, like, saying, like, oh, would you like anything else? And then you say no, that's like, nah. Is that where the line is? Yeah, like, would you like anything else? That's pretty cool. Okay. I just feel like if I'm like, I say no, I'm like, oh no, I'll just say daijoubu. Like, that cancels out any rudeness, maybe. I don't know. I mean, normally I would say like daijoubu or like... Or you could do like the hand waving thing. I like doing the hand waving thing, to be honest. That's kind of fun. I was getting into it. I was trying to do everything. I have no idea how many inventories I'm at right now, by the way, but specific yes or no? No, dodgeable. Yeah, okay. And get the foreigner bonus. Yeah, okay. I mean, I like to think that I was pretty polite. The only thing that I really messed up on is onegaishimasu. Like, when I'm here and I'm, like, at a restaurant, I don't usually say please when I order things. I always say thank you a lot. That's my problem. Like, that's the one thing. I would, like, order things, and then I don't know if, I would always say thank you at the end, and I would always be, like, thankful then, but, like, I'm like, no, I should have said it. I was like, that was the one thing that really bothered me. But it's, like, it's because when I'm, like, I don't say please a lot. I say thank you. Like, I'm trying to show that I'm grateful, but I think please, I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. That's just how I am at restaurants, I guess. I know you don't say it, but, like, they say it, right? They say, like, onegaishimasu after, like, everything. Like, even if... I don't know, isn't it, like, even if you order something, you'd say onegaishimasu, they'd be like, hi, onegaishimasu. Like, I feel like it sends so much. But, yeah, I don't know. I was very thankful. That's the part I always think. I don't know, I feel like that's maybe the one thing I messed up consistently. Apart from that, I tried to be very polite and all that. Yeah, I guess, like, if you finish at the end and you say it then, that would be good. I maybe did it a couple times, but I didn't do it enough. I feel like most of the time I was, like, so focused on, like, what I needed to say that I forgot to say it, you know? I was like, okay, what am I ordering? I guess, like, yeah, you could say that at the end. It's like, oh, is this your order? And you say, hi, onegaishimasu, right? I guess, yeah, maybe that's how you save it at the end. You're like, oh, is that all? And you're like, yes, yes, please. Like, maybe that's the way. I don't know. Next time I go, I want to, like, try to have a better grasp of the language. I like to think that I think I did. Here's the thing. Like, I don't think my Japanese is great by any extent. I think that I can speak it to a pretty decent level, because that's all I like, you know, like when you have skill trees in games. I like to think that for Japanese I took the skill tree for, like, language and pronunciation, and I just maxed out that with having no vocab. That's kind of my strategy. I was like, hey, if I'm there, I can figure out the words I need to say. As long as I can say them and they can understand me, that's the important part. So I feel like if I could, you know, have more words, the next time I'd be even better. Like, one time I tried to catch a bus, and there's, like, 3 different lineups at the bus stop, and it was super confusing. And, like, a bus showed up, and then a bunch of people started, like, some people left the line to get onto that bus, but then the other people left, and I was like, I can't even see what's going on. But I heard someone say the numbers, and I was like, wait, I know the numbers. That's the bus that he's getting. Like, I just feel like, you know, if anyone, like, I don't know, I feel like in a normal situation, like, if someone who went there, like, they wouldn't, like, if you didn't learn any of the language, you wouldn't be able to deal with that. So I feel like I knew enough to get by, for the most part. But I would like to do more. That's kind of where I'm at. And, like, even, like, I don't know, I guess, like, for the most part, you don't even need Japanese if you're stick to, like, the touristy places. But, like, I think it's interesting, and I'd like to, like, you know, I'd like to show the respect of trying to learn. I think it's fun. I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know. Learning, like, other cultures and countries. Be kind of cool. That's fair enough. Remind me, N5 is like the lowest one, right? And N1's the top one? And is N2 like the workplace and business one? I'm trying to remember the exact level. I feel like the business one is like the second best one, maybe? Because I feel like... But I could be wrong. Yeah, I was like, kanji. I'm never gonna learn how to read all this kanji. Except for Nintendo. Nintendo wants you to have N1. Okay, well, that's Nintendo. They can get away with that, maybe. Also, like, Nintendo, it's like NI, and that looks like N1 almost. It's like, it's there. But I guess, yeah, for the most part, they want you to have N2. Many places want N3 at least, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I would even get N5, let me be real. Actually, I don't even know it's on the N5 test, so I can't even really comment. If they want me to read anything, that's gonna go very poorly. I assume they would want you to read things. Oh, that's baby's first test? Okay, I got N5 in the bag, then. I hope. Okay, I mean, we're gonna be done in like one. I don't know, this is a long one. But hey, if I get a spike off of this, then everything's okay, and I've pulled the elite move. Whew. But yeah, I do want to learn more so I can like have more of a conversation with people. Like I can like politely say things, I can say, you know, I can respond to like the generic stuff. I can say like a little bit. I just wish there's a bit more. You know, like I wore my N4 is pretty easy, N3 takes a lot, N2 is dedicated, N1's kanji. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, N1 is like, hey, you want to be Japanese? You must do more than the Japanese be. Sorry, more than what they do and what they actually speak. I remember I went to the Nintendo Museum and I was wearing my like my Nook Inc. shirt, and one of the workers there commented on it. I can't remember what they said, but I was like, oh, the Utsunomori Daisuki. And I was like, okay, I can say that much at least. I must be able to express how I feel about Animal Crossing. I just want a bit more. I think it's more fun. Yeah, it was a fun time. Like stuff like that. Just want to be able to do more like that stuff. Yeah, that's definitely fair. I guess the same with like with Canada and like if you want to like become a citizen here or whatever, you need to like do like the test and like you need to know stuff that I feel like some average Canadians wouldn't even be able to answer. It's like okay. Yeah, hi, I know the difference between there. Okay, you're set. You're in. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Those always bug me when people type the wrong things. It's like, come on, man, it's not that hard. I don't know if it's like a difficulty thing, if it's just like laziness. But yeah, okay. There's another inventory. Again, who knows how much we've done. I mean, who cares about Quebec French? Nobody cares about Quebec French. I mean, it's like when we learn French in school here, it's not even like we learn, like, Quebec French. We don't learn Quebecois, we just learn French, you know? And then we make fun of Quebecois French. Okay, so that is 180, so we're good. But yeah, like, I don't know. I took, like, a decent amount of French. My French is, like, fine. I don't know, I can't really speak French, but I could read it. You know? Like, if I was to look at French right now, I would pick out... I would be able to know some of the words, and then based on, like, context, I would be able to put together the sentence probably in a decent amount. But I wouldn't be able to speak it, you know? Like, conversational French ain't it. But I could read it and be like, yeah, I got the gist. But, like, it's been a while. Like, I don't know. What did I do? I did French, like, grade... I don't know if I started in 6. I can't remember if I started in 6 or not. It was like I did French in, like, grade 7 for sure. I did 8, 9, 10, 11. And I did a little bit of French in 12, and then I think I dropped it, so... I probably did at least 5 years of French. Okay, I can conjugate. Okay, a lot of Retro Crossing streamers speak French. Oh, really? That's interesting. But yeah, I'm very rusty. I would say I'm very rusty. But it's like, when you learn French in, like, school, it's a lot different. Like, when I'm learning Japanese by myself, it's like, okay, I'm learning, like, specific things. French are just like, hey, we're gonna do a little section where we learn clothing articles. Yes, because you're gonna totally talk about specific clothing articles all the time. And yeah, French conjugation is wild, because, like, when you learn English in, like, an English-speaking country, they don't, like, I don't think they talk about conjugation. They're just like, here's how it is. It's like, oh, but this is conjugation. This is what you do in English, but everything's the same. And then, yeah, French, they're just like, okay, we got our tenses here. We got passé composé. We got, like, the imperative. We got the future, whatever, future simple or whatever. And then they're like, let's complicate it further. And then also, like, this whole time, you haven't been gendering your conjugated verbs. You actually are supposed to gender those as well. So it's like, and then there's all the, like, the abnormal, or, sorry, the irregular verbs that get conjugated differently. Those are all fun to memorize. There's a lot. I do remember a decent amount of that stuff, but it's not going to get me, like, it's not going to do much for me. But I could probably read it and get a decent understanding of what was there. Okay, I did not drop enough yet. That's on me. Okay, that's on me. I messed that one up. Okay, we are getting to the part where the acre's filling up. So that's 6. But I'm at 11k, so I need 7. And I still have 5 to drop. Okay, so there's still some stuff. There's still room here. That's gonna drop. Okay, cool. But it is getting... It's getting a bit full. It's getting a little awkward, but... That's 1. That's 4. That's 8. So we're almost done. Yeah, that's okay. So, Japanese has different verbs for putting on different pieces of clothing. A hat, pants, shoes, all different. Okay, does that make sense to me? I mean, in essence, sure, you're putting all of them on, but I guess it's a little bit different. Yeah, I mean that's definitely complicated. I mean, yeah, as long as you can hold a communication, or sorry, conversation or communicate your intentions, that's the important part. But yeah, the counters are something that I have not really. I know like the people counter and I know the generic counter. And I'm like, I'm gonna make do with those, okay? If I'm doing that, they'll get the gist of it probably. And I mean, I guess like a generic counter fits most things, but like yeah, like oh long objects like pencils or books or like glasses or drinks. Like I know there's all these different ones. I just don't know what they are. It's also confusing because you like learn how to count with the numbers. Like, oh, I'm gonna count with those, right? And you're like, no, no, that's not what you're gonna do. Okay. Where can I drop this easily? That's good 5. We can drop 1 here. That's good. We can go here and drop 3 for sure. We can drop the rest here. Okay, okay. I think we're cooking. Okay, so that's enough. Okay, I think I can actually do 15 inventories here. This is nuts. We're gonna hit like 8.25 mil today. This is a record. I keep joking about like trying to hit 10 mil one day, and I feel like maybe towards the end of this I might attempt it, but like obviously you just need time, right? Like I don't start streaming until around 10 a.m. on Sundays, and that leaves me with 2 hours or potentially more. Right now it's 2:37. If I were to have started at 10, sure, we'd be at like 2.5 hours. Mind you, I started at like 9:40 something, so we're almost at 3 hours. So, I mean, if I woke up earlier, yeah, I could definitely, do more. So maybe like towards the end, I'll wake up for like 9 or 8. If I could like start streaming at 9 or 8:30, I think I could hit 10 mil on a good day, you know? And I don't even know if I want to actually do that. I just want to know if it's possible. You know, like I'm going to complete it in the amount of time I'm going to. And if I did this every day, I could complete it faster, obviously, you know? But that's not what it's about. You know, when I can, I go for it. Right? Daylight savings time today. I got an extra hour. I was able to sleep. I haven't been getting the best sleep lately, so I did sleep better last night, which was nice, and then I had an extra hour, so I was able to, you know, start earlier without much trouble. Yeah, that's more fun. I think that could be more fun. Like right now, I don't travel too often, and I think Japan is the next travel destination again. I do want to run it back. I think that is kind of fun, like doing that. Like, cause yeah, for me, like I tried to like in some cases when I didn't know what to do, I would like just try to describe it in a different way, and it was kind of funny. But it just it's more memorable, right? I might have confused some people in the process, but hey, what are you gonna do? And yeah, I guess if I was going to like other countries, then yeah, that would make more sense. But I guess like for Japan, I already have like I feel like I really went deep on just like the stuff that's practical, you know? Like I think I know how to say I don't know how to say every animal, but I would probably be able to say their like meat equivalent. That's a very weird way to say that. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. But like I feel like I could get by on some of that stuff. But yeah, you never know, right? A lot of potential for weirdness. Or it's like, yeah, let me look up one word so I can say this thing. Okay, we can drop that there. This is getting a little messy now, you know? Like, that's gonna drop one behind it, but then you can't see that, so I don't want to do that. I'll pick that up just so I can replace it with a turnip. And then I guess I can also just pick this up for that same reason, so I can replace it. And then I have money here. That is 150k. There you go. That's what we need. And I just need to drop this one last turnip. Where should I go? I mean, I could drop it down here. This should go, like, down below, right? Yeah, okay. Good enough. Yeah, I guess, like, that's the thing. As long as you have enough. But if I was going to somewhere and I had not done, like, nothing, then yeah, that definitely makes more sense. Because, like, you know what, I think, like, on one hand, like, it's really cool that we have, like, technology where it's like, hey, here's this listening device. You speak into it, it'll translate it, and then the other person will hear that and they can speak. I think that's cool, but I also think that that takes away the human aspect of it. I mean, obviously it does take away the human aspect of it because you're literally using machine to talk to each other. But, like, I feel like it's kind of fun to, like, show, like, hey, I'm trying to learn this language. I'm struggling a little bit low-key. I think maybe those translators have a place in some situations, but like for a normal person, I don't know if that's the move, you know? Like if you take the time to like try to learn it, I feel like you'll have a more fulfilling experience than just like it's like breadth first or depth first, you know? Like I think I'm more of a depth first person. Like, you know, you could go to like a bunch of different countries and, you know, have like some sort of you could have a translator that would like, you know, help you get by in all those places. But like you're not gonna get the same experience as if you went to like one country and you really like tried to like learn and like speak to people yourself and all. I don't that's how I feel, I think. I don't know if that's the best example. But I just think that like it's a more fulfilling experience if you do that. But I also think the technology is cool and I think it does have a place, but I don't know. Like if you, I don't know. I think there's definitely a place for it. Anyway, I think as long as I did the math right, this should be the 43rd inventory, right? I've used all the money in the acre, which should have been 14 inventories, and I pulled from my letters to get the 15th. Yeah, online translates. Yeah, that's fair. I guess like yeah, if it's online, it's a little different. Because, like, hand gestures can't always be done the same way online. And being able to point or, like, gesture or something, That can really save you when you're struggling. And it might not come across the same way online, so yeah. Or like micro expressions might be harder to perceive. And like, you know, those would like tell you if you're saying something wrong or not, maybe. But yeah, I think there's places for them. But I think if you're going to a country, I think they could get a deeper appreciation if you really try to like learn the language and appreciate it and all that stuff. Yes. Yeah, the big emphasis on the weird noises of sadness, confusion, or happiness. Okay, I'm calling that 43 inventories. I'm calling myself a champ for that as well. That was 3 hours of buying turnips for our hugest, largest turnout yet. Right? That is like 8.25 mil. That's an insane number. My previous large one was almost 7.2 mil. So this is 1 mil more than that. So, pretty crazy. I'm really hoping we get a spike this week. Again, I have no idea what happened last week. It was a raffle week. Sorry, that distracted me too much. You said you always get called out for tilting your head to the side like a dog, but it's just the best way to show confusion. But you said that, and I just pictured Isabel like with the question mark, like reaction above her head tilting. It's so Animal Crossing coded. It's not even funny. I like that. Okay, that's good. I think I do the same thing sometimes. Like if I, you know, I think it depends on the case. But I probably do it in a more exaggerated way. But no, it definitely is like a very good way to show confusion. Don't worry. That's the first thing that came to mind. And it's relevant, so that's fun. But yeah, I don't know what happened with my turnips this week. Last week it was a decrease, right? We had 2 spikes, a decrease, and then this week there was a raffle. Now, I've said this before, but I've never seen a spike on a Friday. And the raffle was on a Friday, so I have no idea what happened on that day. All I know is there was no spike, and it was random every other day. So it's possible we had a spike, but we just didn't see it, or I don't know. Like, I've seen 20 spikes, and 14 of them have been between Monday and Wednesday, I think. So, like, you know, there's some key days when it comes to spikes, and it's not Friday. Unless, like, all the Fridays there's been a raffle, there's been a spike, and I just didn't see it. Anyway, it's at $4.99 now. We're up 1 because of the fishing trophy. Nothing else has changed. It's raining today, so we will see a gyrate tomorrow, probably, I think. But, okay, the store's done. We know Sahara will be here on Tuesday, which doesn't matter. So I am almost done here. Yeah, that's the other part. I keep forgetting about that. With Wild World, there are 2 prices a day, so it does make it a lot easier, a lot harder for me to, like, sell things. You know? Like, in this game, it's like, okay, I can just... There's 1 price. It's great. You know, like, life's harder to work around with different prices. So, that's the other problem with Wild World, and all the other games. So, I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll just wait and see when we get there, right? But... yeah, okay, so I am almost done. The only thing... You think you find Wild World comfortable enough to do without turnips? You mean for this thing in general, or for the 100%? Because you do need a mil in the bank, and I don't think that's happening without turnips. Even for 100%? Really? That's a lot of money. That would take a long time. I don't know. I'm not sure how it would go. I mean, it's less difficult than here. I mean, mechanically speaking, yeah, I would say so. But it's still 1 mil. Or 100. It's still 1 bill, right? even with like the interest, I don't even think interest would do that much for you unless you had like a good amount and you just like took forever and you had money on each character maybe, but I don't know. Okay, 26 inches. That's chomptacular, by the way. I think 29 inches is the max, so I think I'm gonna leave it with that one. I think, yeah, if it 27's the max. I think it's 19 to 27. I literally referenced it yesterday on the wiki, but I didn't remember. Load already, page. It's not loading. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how Wild World goes when I get there, right? But for now... Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. Okay, so large bass ranges from 19 to 27 inches. So I have a 26-inch large bass. So I don't think there's a point in wasting one, because I don't have that many, and I don't like fishing for them. So these ones I've had waiting here for months. Gulliver's UFO glitch. When the players hit Gulliver's UFO out of the sky with a slingshot, it'll always be bound to crash somewhere in the topmost signpost of town. When those are already occupied by some villagers, the crash landing noise will be heard, but the screen will never fade out and the game will soft lock. Wow, that's fun. Gotta love that. Okay. Yeah, that's a very bad one. Because that's totally out of your control. Anyway, it's 12:50. I've been here for over 3 hours. We've hit a new record. That's pretty cool. Do I have somewhere I can put this trophy? I'm getting a little bit bothered by my house. I have too much junk in it. I need to, change things. Anyway, so we have fishing tourneys every Sunday. Mayor's Day, Officer's Day, Harvest Festival, Sale Day. That's it for this month. It's gonna be big. And then we have Snow Day and Toy Day. And the other Toy Day. That's like it for like things. I'm gonna leave the trophy with me for now, question mark. Now I'll just drop it here. I don't know. I need to like display these in another house. One of the things I've been mentioning lately, I want to get everything I can basically by the 1 year mark. So I think like next week, whatever, in the next week or so, maybe I'll go to the island for the first time and try that out. If I can bring the island stuff back and do that, that would be pretty cool. Be pretty big, pretty important. I'd also think I want to get like a better house so I can get like the house model, right? Because it's like I want to get the code items around the 1 year mark, get all the harvest stuff, try to get all of red stuff, try to get the island stuff, get as much raffle stuff as I can, but I'm not going to be able to. And then like also like get the models from having 100,000 points and 70,000 points. I'm at like 64,000 points. Anyway, the trees, these festive trees are considered like special feng shui items, which gives like points. There's like feng shui in the games, as I'm sure you're aware. In this game, there's like an orange feng shui. There's like, it's like an east, a west. I think this one has like north, east, south, and west, and there's like red, blue, yellow, green, orange, or something. I don't know, something like that. Look it up if you care to get the explanation, because I'm not gonna do that good of one. But anyway, there's a certain color groups and there's special items, and the festive trees I got in December, you know, when I first started, and they're special items, so they give 4 points to wealth and to item luck. No, in theory, you only need 20 item luck points in order to like max out your odds of getting things. Basically, every town, there's like 3 different item groups for items. Like item group. Basically, so when there's special items, being like these are items that aren't considered any group, but they give points. So like this, I think this Mario trophy is a special item. There's a couple special items. If you look at the feng shui for this game specifically, there'll be like a special group of items, and they'll just be those are items that are just worth points regardless of where they're placed. Anyway, so every item type has like 3 different item groups A, B, and C. So furniture has their own group, clothing has one, stationery has one, wallpaper, carpet. I think those are 5. There's 5 things. Anyway, so that whenever you make a town, it randomly picks what you get. So like you could have B. Like I guess I could just reference what I have. That would probably be the easiest thing to do in this case. So like furniture, my common group is B, my uncommon group is C, and my rare group is A. Clothing, commons A, uncommon C, rare is B. Wallpaper, I know my commons A. I don't have the other ones, I guess. Carpet, I know my commons B, uncommons A, rare is C. Stationery, my commons B. I think my rare is A based on the last one I got, but I don't know for sure. So yeah, that's why items are rarer, right? Because of that. Like, if you look at your shop and like if you're in like normal cases, I think it's like there's a like if you're just like base odds, it's a 65% chance that you have a common group, a 30% chance for an uncommon group, and then a 5% chance for a rare group. Now, if you change your item lock, it actually normalizes it, so each group is at a 33%. So that's kind of what you want to do. So basically, I just have so many trees here so that regardless of what I do, hopefully I still have always max luck. Because I think if you like place things in front of things, like I've kind of done here, by the way, that like could mess up with feng shui. So that's why I have that there, just in case. The idea is that I have so much points that it doesn't matter. And like for the most part, I get like rare, like in the mail most days, I get like rare furniture offerings from Nook. Because whenever he sends you a letter saying that there's an item in store, that's a rare group item. So like if I get a letter like that every day, then yeah, it's like clearly I'm doing this right. But I do want to like change this up eventually and have a nicer looking house because this is cluttered and I'm just trying to keep all my items safe in here. But realistically, it's like this house has a bunch of the snowman stuff's unique. That's all unique. This is all extra Gulliver stuff. And then those are the station models that I have. And then the gyroids are down here. I still have to move those clothes out. But basically that'll be filled with gyroids. Upstairs is nothing at the moment. That'll be a furniture set at some point. I'm thinking the top floor for each of these houses. One will be the Jingle series. One will be Spooky. One will be Harvest. Yeah, I mean, decoration's not really like a big thing. And then also like this house is just filled with raffle tickets so that my town's not cluttered, right? Like those are all filled with raffle tickets. And then this floor, I don't have the office lockers, but we got tons. And then there's still like, and like I have so many October ones, like they won't fit unless I get more lockers. So I have to think about that. And then this house is like the one that's kind of like the most set up already, to be honest. Right, like in the basement here, we have all of Gracie's shirts that we have so far. There'll be like 4 more. And then all the lockers have all of Sahara's and Wendell's stuff. And then here we have Gulliver's stuff, as well as like the igloo and camper items. And then upstairs, it'll be the Jingle stuff. So, it'll all be themed, is what I'm saying. But like this one's the most set up, this one's like kind of set up, and this one's just all raffle, which is a problem. But like I think the Halloween stuff will go in this one up top, but there's no room. Like basically if I get all the raffle items and I can sell off the tickets, great, I'm set. But we still have 6 more of those and I feel like that's a long way away. So yeah, there are plans, it's just it can't happen yet. So like I need to like move all this stuff maybe into this house, but I don't know what makes the most sense. Like here I have all of Gulliver's stuff is intended to go here, and then all of like Gracie and Wendell and Sahara. So like all the visitors are going to be in this house. And then I have all the camp stuff. And like Tokyo Tower and the Statue of Liberty, those are the last 2 Gulliver items. I don't know if those are 1 by 1 or 2 by whatever. So like this much space is probably taken up. So there's only this much left for other items. So like what would I put there that makes sense? Like I could just put random seasonal stuff. But would it make more sense to put all the seasonal, like, non-big holiday event stuff in one house? Maybe. So that's why I'm kind of waiting. Just so it makes sense to review at the end. Anyway, I am done. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes, so I'm gonna get out of here. It's 1 o'clock. The fireplace is special, yes. That is a winter item. No, that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. It's all good. But yeah, the fireplace is one of them. If you're curious, you can go to the wiki and look at like the campers. Um, yeah, I am hungry. I need to eat. If you look at the campers, they have like an item section for both, and like it's different between like Dobutsu no Mori and this one. Like they have like more Japanese items in the other campers. But yeah, if you check out Wikipedia, they'll have them all. Like the bikes and all that stuff are like summer, and then they have like broth and like all that stuff for like the winter. But like all that stuff's unique. Basically everything in that house is displayed as a unique item, because I want to have all the unique items in all the houses, so I can say like, hey, my catalog's done, here's all the items, you can see I have them all, blah blah blah, right? It's kind of what I did in New Horizons. So yeah, anyway, nice 3 hours and 20 minute stream. If this spike hits, which I really hope it does, we're gonna be in a great spot. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. We'll see what this week brings. Tuesday we have Mayor's Day, so we'll get a new thing then, and we'll just see how the turnips go. But apart from that, that's about it. Sahara will be showing up on Tuesday, so the next visitor will be Friday. And my luck lately has been bad, so maybe that'll also be a bad one. Who knows? Anyway, I'm out. Have a good rest of your day or night, and I will see you around. Bye.